That's probably the most important part here, guys.
Oh. Hey, we're live. What up, gamers?
Our professionalism is showing.
Amazing. Hey guys, welcome back to Space Rock Cafe. It's been a mix of fun stuff that we've been dealing with, but fingers crossed it's mostly sorted. We'll see how it actually goes long term. I'm Xtina, your wonderful GM for the evening. We can go ahead and do a quick roundtable of introductions of who everyone is and who they're playing. I'm just going to go from who I see. So Marty, we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Marty, and I'm playing S.P.I.R.I.T, the robot guy. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to say for that yet. We'll get there.
Wonderful. Jero.
Hi there, I'm Coach Jero, the Unsummoned Skull. I'm playing Amar, who is the navigator who navigates with a different kind of compass.
Awesome. Allison.
I'm Allison. I'm playing Sarros, who's fairly competent, but...
Jordan.
Hey, I'm Jorgen, or Hoshi, depending on the day. I'll get back to you when I realize which one I am. I'm playing Hood, the snake in a robot suit that isn't a robot, don't get it twisted, and also I'm the medic.
And Ursa.
I'm Ursa Bearwalker, and I'm playing the ship's chef, Polly.
Sweet. Awesome. And so as a quick before we get started kind of thing, if you guys are enjoying the particular wild magic table that we are using, it is the wild magic chart from DM's Guild made by Dave Panfio. It has all wild magic from all classes, and it's absolutely amazing. Bardock also has several amazing sponsors. If you are into things like tea and coffee, they have a 10% off code Bardock Cafe over at Mini Worlds Tavern, as well as sponsors with Dragon Master Games and Fanroll Dice if you want some awesome dice. And then also there are some additional things that may or may not come up, and we will be sure to mention them as well if we end up using them in this session. But yeah, I think that's everything. Who wants to do a recap? Ursa.
Okay, so I think we open with Polly sort of stretching as she's walking her way out of the ship, just kind of saying, "Gosh, can you believe all that stuff that happened yesterday? We got ripped through that weird interplanar jump, and now we're in Waterdeep, and the captain is making sure that the ship, whose interplanetary sickness is being taken care of, and now we gotta go explore Waterdeep. How's everyone feeling? What Amar?
I'm doing okay. I'm just going around with my paricule and showing them around the city that I really don't know that well, but I have some degree of familiarity.
Okay, so we got Amar, we got S.P.I.R.I.T.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am okay.
The amount of pause between your words is unsettling.
My language processing unit is malfunctioning.
I don't know what to do with that.
Hey, Spirit, say anticipation.
Anticipation.
Was that everything that you anticipated? Sarros.
A little quicker than expected, but sure.
That is what she said last night, eh? That is terrible.
Joke detected.
For some.
Well, I'm gonna go. We're in a new town, so that means new food. So I'm gonna go head into town. Is anyone else coming with?
Yeah, sure, I'll come along.
I will come along with any members of the paricule that would like to come.
I heard
Look over at
something.
the college kids. And as
Yeah.
well as V and so everybody in the park, basically. Like, anybody would like to come along?
So you see Reloy is having a bit of a struggling moment and is just like pops out of almost nowhere again and is sort of leaning against the wall like I'm up to go. I just might be slow. I'm still not feeling totally great after yesterday, but I like exploring things. If you want me to continue, but yeah, I still don't feel super great. So
It is possible that having more solid ground under you would help. I'm hoping that it would.
I can also
Yeah, that-
shoot you full of drugs if that helps.
Drugs, you say?
Not that kind, not that kind.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm pretty.
damn it.
I mean, I'm
Although
pretty.
I'd imagine if you did have that kind, you would have offered them to Capitan as well.
Eh.
There's a lot of them on the ship too. But no, I think this is kind of one of those things that I just kind of have to sleep off. And like Amar was saying, I think might be good to get off of water and air. So I'm down to go. And you see that V is kind of also leaning against the wall, but in a different way. She's like on the opposite side of the room. She's like, yeah, whatever, I'll go. Sounds cool. My dog would probably enjoy not being on a boat. Get to run around. What about you guys? And you guys see the gnome and the kind of like more jockey looking dude that were with her are in the middle of eating something that Polly had probably made at some point. And they're just like, no, go. Kind of, because they've got their mouths full. They are being stereotypical hungry college kids.
There's more of that on the stove. Just you shouldn't need to heat it up, but if you do, make sure you turn it back off.
Wait, is the stove, you just left the stove on, or it's just cooling on the stove?
Oh, it's just cooling on the stove. No, I wouldn't just leave it on.
Important distinction. Needed to make sure.
Yeah. Hey, Hood, have you checked out the mushrooms that grow next to the tree on the ship?
Are they poisonous?
They are making the ship trip balls sometimes.
I can weaponize that. I'll check it out.
Hey, Sarros, can you bring some mushrooms on your way down?
You hear a yelp and a thud. there's a pause.
No.
And Sarros comes walking up with like 2 mushrooms. These. Ow.
Did you just fall off the tree?
I was meditating. I think.
You think? How do you think you were meditating? Were you not just? Is it not just something you do?
Did you see a star again?
I'm seeing them right now. They're spinning.
Did you
around.
fall
Just
out
like
of the
the
tree
mobile.
on purpose to see stars?
You will never know.
V kind of nods, like, oh, okay, I understand now.
But mushrooms. Who?
Hood wanted to check them out.
Sarros will just walk over to Hood and just dump them in their hands. Are we going somewhere?
I'm gonna go check out the local cuisine.
There's you guys are sort of parked in what looks like to be a very market district of town, very tradesy sort of mercantile district, and so there's quite a bit going on. Pretty much anything you guys would want to either explore or buy is easily accessible from where you are currently docked. No more than honestly a half an hour walk. It's a matter of locating what it is specifically you're looking for. There are, of course, lots of different food smells and just general shouting from people. It seems like a pretty busy place, even for the time of day. Not really seems like they ever see any kind of slow times of day here. Waterdeep is a very vast city. There's, obviously a decent existing population of people, and since it's right by a port, there's constant people going in and out of the city.
I guess Hood for the market would like to see if he can find anything that he can use to like build up his stock of things he can use to craft into poisons, but then also something that he can something big enough that he can eat like a whole giant fish or something to keep him fed for a good long while, as he is just a snake in a robot suit and so eats like a snake.
That is... Concerning is not the word that I think I want here, but intriguing. V is kind of being judgy about everything.
Don't judge how I do things, alright? That's just nature, baby. Also, I'm sorry I said that. I don't know why that came out of me.
Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, so you guys are free to sort of explore the docks district as far as you would like. I will say, because I'm afraid of doing too much on my computer and risking it cutting Tutu out. If everyone can roll me just a base perception check super quick.
Perception.
Otherwise, I would have you guys do passive, but I don't want to risk this.
Wow. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled it like that. I got an 8.
17.
20.
23.
So that's gonna be a 17.
Okay. Yeah, so I think everyone except for Spirit kind of catches this. And hold on, let me see for V and Reloy actually too.
Everyone
Sights and
except the
sounds.
robot.
The sights
Everyone
and
but the
sounds of
robot.
Marketplace are overstimulating my senses, and my language capacitor is still malfunctioning.
Yeah, so everyone except for Spirit and Reloy, they catch this. There are a few people that look to be wearing similar enough uniforms, but they are not exactly the same to the uniforms that the S.P.I.R.I.T agents were wearing at the previous dock that you were in. It doesn't seem like they're like on a particular search at the moment. It more seems like they are just doing general rounds by the dock. But because you guys have cloaked the ship and everything like that, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of concern at the moment for you guys. And it's not like it seems like they are actively looking for anyone. Just something to generally be aware of. But yeah, other than that, Polly, there is a bunch of commotion coming from one particular direction that sort of catches your eye. You sort of hear a bunch of shouting coming from the direction, but more in a festive shouting way, as though there is a competition happening. It seems to be coming from several of the food stalls that are sort of further down the docks, like in a direction that is opposite of where these guys are walking. And it's pretty simple to get that way. It seems like there's a decent crowd starting to form in that direction as people are walking over that way.
Okay, I'm gonna. So you said it seems festive?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna head that direction, see if I can get a better gauge of what's going on.
Cool. So as you head that way, sorry, I was reading something. As you head that way, there is a sort of festival's sort of the wrong word. It just is a very festive atmosphere. It seems like there is some kind of a food competition that is happening. You overhear someone that is shouting and sort of directing people as they are entering and beginning to get set up. It seems like it's a very early on competition. Nothing has actually started happening yet, but you see people that are beginning to set up behind various stalls and put things together. Near the competition space, they actually have several torches that are sort of lit up to sort of like add additional ambiance. Everyone seems really into fire and stuff here. So there's several torches that are lining the area, sort of setting everything up. Various twinkle lights that are hanging in between the torches with little mini torches on top of them. Just kind of like making it appear like a cool little area as people are like, if you imagine a hibachi style sort of situation, but reverse everyone being on the inside and everyone is on the outside, and there's like a judge in the center where the hibachi chef should be.
Okay.
Huh.
But yeah, it seems like people are sort of beginning, like there's like one area off to the side of that, and there's several spaces that are still open. So it seems like people are still able to get signed up for this competition, for the cooking thing if they would like. But people are just sort of getting set up there, and everyone's sort of generally chattering and talking about the sort of cooking competition that is happening.
Are they saying anything particular about what the cooking competition is? Like if it's a chili cook-off or something like that?
It seems to be a sort of make your own thing. They are judging off of several criteria. It seems like you overhear a couple people. You had a pretty high perception roll earlier. I'll sort of just carry that through as you're sort of listening to everything. It seems like they are sort of judging off of flavor, off of general composure and presentation, and the size of the food. Although you were unclear whether they mean how tiny it is or how big it is.
Besides the
parameter.
Yeah, right. Besides
How
the
girthy is your meal?
How thick is that meat?
Do you have the meats?
Besides
Bigger salad.
Besides the judge who's sitting in the middle, is there anyone who looks like they're working this event?
Yeah, there's someone that looks like they are getting people signed up that's sort of away from all of the cooking area, so they don't get any kind of oil splattered on them or anything.
Okay, I want to walk up to them and I want to ask them what exactly the competition is.
Okay, they're in the middle of finishing signing someone up, and as soon as they're done, they like sort of like look at their paper and look up at you. They like click their pen. And they're like, just in general for the competition or for judging purposes or
we just floated into town last night, and I'm just curious as to what this what this competition is like. Is there anything in particular that's being cooked, or is it just kind of like you make whatever you can and
Yes. So make whatever you can. The contestants are generally trying to appease our chef and see who is sort of going to be the next star chef that he would like to sort of take under his wing. It's one of those sort of, he's bored of the people that work for him, and this was a last minute thing. He wants new people apparently.
So the words I heard that I care about are star, chef. I think we are going over there.
Sure. Can I learn a little bit more about the judging criteria, or is that going to be explained sort of after everything gets started?
Yeah, I mean, he just wants something that tastes good, looks good, and impresses him. It's real simple, my guy. He's kind of an event. Look, I usually am just the hostess at the restaurant, and I got looped into this. It was supposed to be my day off. Honestly, we don't know. He just kind of showed up here.
Is there any way I can see what we have access to from there, in terms of like food supplies?
Like at the place.
Yeah.
So there is an area that's sort of off to the side, like if you're familiar with any kind of standard cooking competition show, how
Right.
there is that like weird little grocery section, and so there's a variety of meats and cheeses and breads and
I
like anything
specifically
you
want
would
to know.
need.
Yeah, I specifically want to know if I have everything I need to make the space kimchi from the last city we were in.
Roll me a luck check.
That is 12.
Um, you are missing 2 spices.
Are there reasonable substitutes?
Yes.
Okay.
You think that while it will not taste the same, you think
Mhm.
that you can do something on par with what you are familiar with making from the way you learned it.
Okay. I have a follow-up, and that follow-up is, are those 2 spices, are they what we would consider higher on the capsaicin end of the flavor profile?
Ooh.
Because
The
if
ones
they
that you're
are
missing or the ones that are
the
replaceable?
ones that are missing, because if they are, I would like to ask Hood if he has anything that is similar in
Yes.
that's similar in toxicity.
Ooh. Ghost pepper kimchi.
Ghost pepper kimchi. Carolina Reaper kimchi.
Should I roll for Scovilles?
Yeah, just roll a D100 super quick.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We'll see if I have anything that is safe to cook with at all. Ah, fuck.
I'm gonna laugh when he hands the mushrooms from the ship. He's like, "This'll work."
Am I aiming for high or low?
What'd you get?
I got a 30.
Yeah, so the Scovilles are 30, what is that, 30,000? Yeah, 30,000 Scovilles, so it's pretty high.
Jesus, you have me roll a D100?
Yeah,
Man, space spices are intense.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend
There's-
this, my man. That's gonna be a spicy dish in more ways than one.
For reference, 30,000 Scoville is like a cayenne pepper.
It's not,
Or you can handle it, I don't know. It's really
What?
depending on preference at
it's
that
not the
point.
worst, it's just pretty spicy.
What species is the judge?
They are a summer eladrin.
Do they have? I don't know them offhand. Do they have any like immunity to poisons?
Are they immune to spicy food?
Well, because I'm thinking if they have immunity to poison, they're probably going to end up with a diet that they're going to end up preferring those flavors because they are sort of the only thing that sort of like gets that tingle.
30,000 is actually not bad. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
either
it's
cayenne either cayenne or Tabasco. Probably the high end of a jalapeno.
yeah,
By
it's not like the
Christina's
worst
baby
thing. It's just kind of
standards,
spicy.
They're pretty bad.
I mean, I think spicy is spicy. I baby spice. Sour flavors. You can give me anything sour and none of it's sour. I love sour food, but spicy food. My curries are
Sounds
pretty
like-
mild.
Okay, I think I'm belaboring this. I'm going to ask Hood. Can I have just a little bit of that?
All I ask is that you not kill anyone. There are too many people who have died to this from my specific yield, so, like, just be careful with it, okay?
I promise to try.
That's all I can ask.
This is,
And I give him whatever my 30 Scoville whatever is.
30 Scoville.
You're killing people with 30,000.
Look, man, it's not
Okay.
the intensity, it's the dose.
Like a particularly spicy bell pepper.
This bell pepper has killed 9 galaxies. I'm telling you, it's intense.
Look, when you're in a vacuum, spicy is really spicy, you know?
When you're in the cold, dead air of space, 30,000 Scovilles is intense, man.
I now want astronauts on the International Space Station to just try different hot sauces and see if it's different in space.
It would especially be bad if you know how that it's difficult to find planets that have water. So imagine if you had just a little bit of spice, how the discomfort would be for quite some time to try to find a planet that had water.
Oh,
I
water
mean-
doesn't help as much as you think it does.
Yeah, no. It just
I don't-
spreads it around.
I also don't think you'd want astronauts to do that test because, given the way that they have to use the restroom, that
Oh, no,
seems
yeah.
like it would be particularly messy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Polly's signing up.
Okay. The host that's doing their best then got looped into this on their off day, signs you up, hands you a little sticker with your name on it and a number, and sort of like points you off in the direction of one of the open spots.
I accidentally go into the wrong spot.
Do you really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the host if they need any help.
Yeah, how familiar with this kind of thing are you?
Well, I know the chef fairly well, so I am familiar with the fine dining, but also we have a bartender who is familiar with the food service, and any one of us could really help with things like hostessing or hosting, the gender neutral term, whatever that is, with cleaning up, bathing, whatever you need.
Yeah, honestly, any help would be great. And Reloy sort of like goes to step out from behind you and trips. It's like, I just won't carry anything fragile. But yeah, I'm down to help.
That would probably be for best.
Is it individual chefs or are they able to have helpers?
You see a couple people that do have people assisting them, like it's a team.
I would like to walk over to Reloy and ask Reloy if Reloy would help me in the kitchen because Reloy does know some of Grandma's recipes and has helped in the kitchen some before.
Reloy sort of like shrinks inside of himself and is like, are you sure you want my help? You saw that I just tripped walking on what I think is a cobblestone that was loose in the ground, right? Like, are you sure?
Well, I'm pretty sure you just used all your bad luck now, so we should have good luck in the future, right?
Is that how that works? Okay. If that's how that works, I'll believe you.
According to
Does it
both
make you more
podcasts.
comfortable, Mr. Walloy, if I ever went with you?
I don't know. I've never done anything quite like this before. I'm fine to help. There's a lot of new things that I'm constantly doing here, so if you want, I don't want to make you if you wanted to do something else. It's fine.
Whatever makes you feel safe and comfortable, because we were here to have fun. And to
Okay.
win, of course.
Okay, sounds good. Well, okay. And V, who's been kind of quiet this entire time, and who had unsummoned her dog, because obviously food
Unsummoned.
and dogs.
First part of my
She's just like to the host, like, I can help you with signing people up. This is no different than research papers, I'm sure. If I can do that, I can do this. So V will help with the host so that they can get things kind of more under control, and the host is very appreciative. But yeah, you can have Reloy help you if you'd like. And then of course Amar, if you'd like to help as well. Sarros, you said you are splitting off and not doing the cooking thing. You wanted to go shopping for a bit.
Yeah, Sarros is gonna get distracted and go look for just general, some basic arms and armor and any clothing that has stars or anything like that.
I imagine that Sarros got distracted by the twinkling lights
Probably.
and then just kind of drifted off.
It's usually what happens.
Spirit, are you with Sarros or are you at the cooking competition?
I guess I'll make sure that Sarros doesn't wander off too far.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So you were just looking for anything with stars on it. Are you looking for anything like in particular, just like of a certain class of armor or any kind of particular magic items or
Probably just kind of basic bracers, anything that's not actual armor but may help protect him a little bit more, and maybe bump up his quarterstaff a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you should. So, are you wanting to? You won't have any kind of issues finding those sorts of things on a basic level. It's just a matter of how you would like to go about acquiring that. Whether you would like to do so via sort of enchantments with someone who is going to enchant the item, or if you would like to sort of if you already have said item, or if you would like to just find a new item.
New items for like the armor, but if he could find somebody that would like put a little enchantment on his quarterstaff and make it look like just like etched stars or something like that, I think he'd probably go for that.
Okay. Yeah, so you see several they're a little bit far off from the area. They're not like so far out of the way that you have to totally leave the area that the other group is in. But obviously like the food stalls are all kind of grouped together, and then there's like several of weaponry and magic items and other kinds of shops a little bit further back away from the part of the harbor where the food is. So it's sort of like going further into town. But still where all of the shops are. And so you were able to sort of like bob and weave that way and find a few different shops. There is someone who seems like they are in the middle of working on an item at the moment and doing an enchantment. And then you see a few different weaponry and defense shops. None of them are particularly calling out to you, at least in this particular area. It does seem like we can kind of take your pick, honestly.
I think he'll get called by the person working and just kind of, when you're in a street fest or whatever, you just kind of wander over and look at whatever they're doing as they're waiting for customers.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a gnome that's currently in the process of working on something, and they sort of like look up and see you and go, "Oh, hi. Yeah, how can I help with whatever you need?" That's how that is said, I think.
He'll like just take his quarterstaff from off his bag and just like, this is very basic. I'd like it to be a bit prettier, but better. I think that's how that's
Prettier,
said.
but better. Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, I'm still new at this. I'm the apprentice here. But yeah, prettier but better. So prettier how? Like, do you want it to be shiny and sparkly, or are you looking for something engraved specifically on here, or what do you mean by pretty? Because pretty is a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Stars, just stars. all over.
Just oh so many stars.
So as many okay, and so when you say stars, do you mean like just like the stars that you'd see like kids draw? Like, there's like all the different kinds of stars that like little kids will draw in school, or do you mean like something that makes it look like an actual star from the sky?
I think at this point, Sarros is gonna like roll up his sleeves and show off his like star map tattoos, like the constellation things that you see with the star points and the lines like connecting them. Like, can you like this?
She sort of takes a look and she's like more honestly intrigued by your tattoo that you're showing off, and is like, "That's really cool." And she looks at the staff and is like, "I'm gonna be honest. I think I would totally fuck up your staff if I tried to do that on there. I was kind of hoping you were gonna say the little kid thing, because that I can do. That I can do. I'm great at drawing those little like zigzag stars. Love those. But I'd be afraid of fucking this up because this is really cool like material. This looks like it's lasted a decent amount of time. Definitely can enchant it. I can do that part. If you don't mind leaving it here for a little bit, I can have the person who's better at this than me. She can do this, no problem. And she'll understand what kind of thing you want. She's just, I think she's said she's gonna be back in like an hour and a half or something like that. But I know if you don't want to leave it here, that's fine. But otherwise, if you don't mind leaving it, I think she can do it for like, God, what did she say the pricing on that kind of thing was? Probably like 15 gold if you're just looking for like something basic.
I can leave it. My friend is over at the food thingy. I can go there for now.
Okay, yeah. If you're cool, just leaving it. Like I said, she should be back in like an hour and a half. This kind of thing shouldn't take her too long. Like another like 30 minutes, maybe an hour if there's something weird. There's not like any kind of enchantments or curses or anything on this, right?
No, just the nick here and there. I hit some things.
Okay, yeah. For sure. 1 second, you see that she looks behind her because their familiar had jumped up on a counter that she shouldn't be on eating butter.
Oh no!
Wow, how oddly specific.
What happened?
Well, I don't know, but our GM is gone now, so I guess we run the game.
Yes! The inmates run the asylum!
I burned down Waterdeep.
Oh no!
Who will join me?
Can you look out?
I accidentally cranked the stove up too high. Oops! There's half
I go
of
back
me.
and put the stove on. No, there was coming.
So we some of our items have to be greased in butter. It's really weird, and our familiar just really likes butter. Anyway, I'm back.
I know the layout of your apartment. Where on earth was this familiar? And or why were you keeping bugger in such weird places?
Well, you know where I sit, right? So I can see the kitchen
Yeah!
counter. I can see the kitchen counter from where I'm sitting. So the butter was left out because I was using it earlier, and we'd like to leave it out so it gets soft. So
Just put it back when you're done, you heathen.
no, then it's not soft anymore.
You're done with it. You know what? Whatever. Go on.
But then butter that your familiar does not eat.
And she knows how to open butter dishes, so that won't fix my problem. Anyway,
In the fridge.
no. Anyway, it's fine. Lulu's just a little shit. Love her. She's a little shit. But anyway. Yeah, sorry about that. But like I said, we gotta use it for certain items, apparently. I don't really understand the mechanics of the butter part of greasing up the items, but what do I know? I'm just an apprentice. So, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. That sound good? That way, if they're late for some reason, they can make sure that they're done with your item by then.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Just
cool.
hand over the quarterstaff and head over back to the competition.
How far is this shop from the cooking competition?
It was like a 20-minute walk, not like terribly. Like it was a decent walk inward, but it's not like terribly far. It seems like because of the competition that some people are sort of like taking an early lunch to go check it out and see what's going on, just because it's obviously attracting a bit of a crowd. But there's still people obviously doing their jobs because not everyone's into the cooking competition. So
I definitely wanted Sarros to open the door and just hear like, "Ah, let's get this going!" Polly's like super excited, just yelling. But a 20-minute walk seems a little bit far, so.
I have really good hearing, and I just assume that it's like an episode of Food Wars going on over there.
yeah.
People just randomly bursting into being naked.
I'm just kind of stuck imagining when Sarros goes back for their spear and it's just covered in butter.
all the little stars are filled in with butter. Oh, by the
This
way,
wasn't what I asked for, wasn't it though?
By the way, now your staff casts
Butter
grease.
detected.
You know your stuff. You cast grease, yeah.
Yo,
Pick up the
really
stuff
though, that'd be
that slips
awesome.
out. See, the downside is your staff now casts grease, but you go to pick it up and it slips out of your hand.
Worth it.
You just get some Velcro things and like attach it to my wrists.
You have to make a dexterity check every time you want to pull it out. Slips.
That's what he said.
Yep.
Hey. Yeah, so unclear whether you're getting a buttered staff or not, but
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail that hard.
I shall call it popcorn.
Yeah!
oh my goodness. Yeah, so the competition is going on. It gets started. So there is this, like I said, the person that seems to be running the kind of thing, the head chef kind of dude, is this Summer Oladrin. He is extraordinarily intense. Just the vibes, the way that he speaks, everything. He's so intense about it all. Like you saw someone like with slightly improper technique, and he like told them to leave, that he didn't want to see their face near him ever again. So he's
Dude,
like
he's so intense.
Let me guess, his name is Rorden Gamzee.
Before we get too deep into this, I have a really stupid question.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course I do, right? Does do things like the spiciness of the food count as poison or disease?
I
Okay,
also would like to know the answer to this question.
if we got up into Carolina Reaper territory, yes, I think we'd have a conversation about that, because that literally does like things to people in real life, as far as like having them experience basically like mild trips. So potentially, but not the level you're currently at.
Okay. Is there anyone in this area that seems to be cooking with what could be considered poison and or disease?
High or low?
High.
Not that you can see.
Okay. Okay, resume. Sorry. Want to get that out of the way before we got too far into it.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I don't think any question could be silly or goofy or stupid at this point with all the stuff that you guys have done. So,
I'm just thinking of the sea cucumber.
Oh God, the sea cucumber! Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh God.
Oh. Polly
Yes,
just
so-
shudders.
Okay, so the person is being super intense. He is getting everything sort of started. There are let's see, how many competitors ended up signing up? There are 10 competitors total, including yourself. So
Okay.
it seems like the competition's pretty hard. Or varied, I guess is a better word to say. The way this is kind of going to work is I'm going to basically have you guys roll various skill checks to see who sort of gets the better thing here, and it's a best of certain rounds. So obviously there's like the actual prep, the presentation, the way that it tastes, all of that.
Size.
And size, yeah. How big or small you would personally like it to be, so that is entirely up to you. Everyone's a little bit confused, you see, on that remark. They're like, so do we like make it really tiny? Like, do we need to cast like enlarge reduce on? Like, what the fuck do we need to do? Like, everyone's like got different ideas that you're overhearing. Like, no one seems to have one consensus about what that means.
Is it obvious that this is a summer Eladrin?
Yes.
Okay.
When I said this dude is intense, like, stereotype times 10 of everything that he is
Okay.
doing.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so flames, like, really like outward, bubbly, summery kind of like vibe, like smells like coconut sunscreen, kind of like.
Okay.
The wings that are sort of tucked back and tied back with a chef's apron to stay out of the way, like glitter and gleam like sweat on a sunny day, like just absolute summer vibes. But yeah, he's sort of existing. He's like, all right, everyone, let's go ahead and get this started. We're gonna be judging this on several different things. I want to see everyone do their best, be their best, and don't fuck up, because I'll know. Got eyes everywhere. He turns and looks at you directly, Polly. Everywhere. And then turns and looks at other people like that wasn't like intentional, just like catching eyes with everyone.
Does he do that with everyone where he says everywhere and then looks at each individual person repeatedly?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
That is very intense, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, he does. And it's a couple of people are a little intimidated, to be honest. They seem a little bit more nervous than they did earlier. But they're gonna stay in. Doesn't seem like it knocks anyone out of the competition by that intensity. They just seem a little bit off put by that, which, to be fair, it's a little off putting. So yeah, if you would like, you can have anyone that is helping you offer the help action. You can have them roll in your place, or do something else to attempt to sort of cause mayhem for some of the other people. It's up to you how you would like to handle that.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me an initiative really quick, though, just to see where you stand compared to some of these other people.
Just Polly or everybody?
If anyone else is helping Polly with sort of trying to fuck up the other people, then you can also roll me initiative.
That was a nat 1.
You know what?
Oh, no.
I got some poisons for consumption. I'll join in on this.
Isn't that kind of an oxymoron?
Let me rephrase that. Poisons intended to be consumed, not safe for consumption.
You should probably not poison the judge, though.
Maybe not the judge.
Oh.
Polly,
Well-
D100s.
17 for me.
7 and 59 on the D100s. Nope. God, I hope it's ridiculous.
Can I try to catch eyes with the judges and maybe do some like long distance flirting?
Yeah.
Long distance flirting.
You
Oh,
most
yeah.
certainly could.
Snake
So that
flirt.
is so that'd be performance. Maybe would that be performance, persuasion, straight charisma? What would that be?
Yeah, probably. Well, what are you doing to try to flirt with them? I guess.
Just giving them the eyes. Maybe trying to say some flirtatious things if they can hear me.
Yeah, I think that sounds a little bit more like just charisma, just a straight charisma roll.
Trying to do like the Salt Bay stuff.
Pulls out a pair of sunglasses.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no, Polly! Oh no!
Oh, are
no.
you kidding? What is it?
Oh
What is
no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh
God.
no!
Stop saying oh no!
it? Just let
If
it
this,
out.
oh my god.
Hey guys, remember the sea cucumber comment?
Yes! You're kidding!
You wild shape into a sea cucumber. Consider it a fish with a swim speed of 10 feet.
God, I hope someone fucking hits me.
Does he like still have a chance, or is
Oh.
he just done?
Please let Roloy trip over him.
Oh.
Can I just real quick
Sure.
from range just with an Eldritch Blast?
Does that make him?
In the
does
middle
that-
of a competition? You're gonna-
Yeah.
So, is that Pickle Polly now?
Pickle Polly?
Pickle
Polly
Polly.
pickle?
I'm Pickle Polly.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm working with Kimchi, so like I fall into like a vat of brine, right? Like I do become like sea pickle Polly.
I'm just imagining you like falling onto a plate and like that confusion.
Oh my god.
Behold,
I rolled
my
a.
disc.
I rolled a dirty 19 on the charisma check, by the way.
Okay. Spirit, if you're gonna be attempting a Eldritch Blast of some kind, I will need you to also join the initiative roll.
Well, I just rolled a d20. I got a nat 1 as well.
God, we're
has
gonna
the
destroy
higher-
the city.
Who has the higher dex between the two of you?
I'm gonna hope me. I have 18.
You do.
Okay.
I mean, I roll decently. I can shoot him first.
What?
Fair enough.
Yeah, you rolled a 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else joining initiative?
I think
Reloy probably would.
Yeah. Sarros, you can if you would like.
sure, why not? Because hearing that the judge is a summer Eladrin, and so is Sarros,
Mhm.
he'd be totally just freaking out on those sidelines and like trying to talk and like totally
people.
fanboying.
Oh my god, it's one of my people! It's one of my people!
So
This is-
my wild magic rolls for my initiative roll are 72 and 50.
72
Mm-hmm.
and 50. All right, give me a second. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Does he also turn into a sea cucumber? Because I'm not going to shoot him if that happens.
I don't think he
Just
physically can.
Yeah.
Not with that attitude.
I don't have either of Polly's classes. So.
Right. Oh.
What a mess.
Yeah, what a mess.
Welcome to Waterdeep, everybody.
Am I aware that I'm a sea cucumber?
Please say no because I love the implications.
I feel like I was gonna say I think that the intelligence of a sea cucumber would probably be so low that you just have no thoughts, only vibes.
Right.
That was really funny if we weren't aware, and so we just think, oh, that's an ingredient.
But I'm a.
But where's Polly?
Oh my god. Polly said she wanted to make kimchi. I guess we're making cucumber kimchi.
Oh god.
Why?
We're up to a good start. This is good. When the captain's away, the crew will play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were much more tame last time.
Okay, which of your two subclasses would you like? Both of these are bad.
You lose no matter what. Pick your poison.
I guess warlock.
Of course, the poison person says pick your
Elder
poison.
flat yourself in the face.
Okay, I mean, it's not the worst thing, it's just kind of honestly amusing. For the next minute, you cannot willingly move through a doorway or other threshold.
Outside.
What?
Sure.
You become a vampire. You got vampire rules for the next minute.
Except they can't
Now,
be invited in. They're worse.
Now, here's the thing, though. You also can't leave. So this technically, like, because there's a threshold around the cooking area, you can't leave the cooking area for the next minute.
Fantastic.
And also, assuming that you are you already there when you arrive, or are you arriving? Because if you are arriving, it means you can't get up close.
Oh, please be arriving, because it's funny.
I figured I thought I was like arriving with Sarros.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are arriving, there's a point where you can't go further. You physically feel like there's an invisible barrier there.
Just turn into an invisible wall.
Sarros, you do not encounter this, so it's mildly confusing to you, like, why the spirit stops.
I'm not even sure if Sarros would even notice. Like,
Spirit keeps trying to keep walking through, but keeps hitting this wall. People think that he's trying to mime,
Boundary.
so they start like
Um,
tossing coins at him.
Boundary detected. Boundary
toss a
detected.
coin to your spirit.
Boundary detected.
Amar, when you were flirting with the judge, you said you're flirting with the judge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're flirting with the judge from the location that you are, and he in his very intense thing, like turns, does like a look over the shoulder, winks back at you, and then continues doing his thing. But that's all that happens.
Wonderful. It's progress.
Just to add, Sarros got a 17 on initiative.
Perfect. Between you and Hood, who has a higher initiative?
higher initiative or
Or
dex?
Dex, sorry, yeah.
My dex is 14.
Mine's 15.
You got it.
Okay. Sorry. And Rolloy.
You're a monk with a dex of 15.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Decisions had to be made, alright? They happen.
No, it's fine. I'm just.
Hold on, I have to look at something really quick because that's.
I mean,
just
my wisdom's
terrible.
18.
Decisions
Terrible
had to be made.
Yeah, so Polly, lucky for you, Rolloy, being like super observant at this moment, caught that happening, rolled a nat 20 on their initiative.
Oh,
The only
God.
thing I think he has done well in so far. Aside from sometimes being good at sneaking. Because his dice are cursed. Let's see. What poor Rolloy, poor thing, poor baby. That's a D8, not a D100. Hold on. Bloop. 52 and that's not fun. What's the other one? 40. I hope this other one is more fun because neither of these so far seems fun. I mean, that's pretty consistent. Okay, so nothing immediately really appears to happen with Rolloy as Rolloy rolls this incredibly good initiative for the round, aside from catching Polly transform into a sea cucumber. Rolloy assumes, of course, that it's that the intensity of the head chef is just getting to Polly, that it's Polly's nerves, and that this was something Polly intended to do. So Rolloy's like, Polly, it's okay. You got it. I believe in you.
You know when
and
my
sort of,
nerves
like,
act up, I just turn
You
to a
just see
sea
the-
cucumber.
You just see the cucumber like wiggle. The sea cucumber's just like wiggling.
just wiggling. But Rolloy sort of like ducks down. It's like trying to like hold Polly in his hands. Like, it's okay. You've got it. I believe in you. I've seen how great of a chef you are.
That is just too sweet.
Okay, is everyone who has joined initiative who wants to join initiative?
I think we're all in it.
Yeah, just want to make sure that everyone so far had.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's how we'll do it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna just sort of split these guys up into two groups to keep things sort of simple. One of them goes pretty early on, one of them goes kind of later, just because otherwise that would take 10,000 years. Alrighty, so Rolloy, sort of assuming that this is something Polly wanted to do, is honestly going to spend time just like shaking the sea cucumber, like, it's okay, Polly, you've got it, I believe in you, you can do this.
Why?
Just trying to get Polly to unwild shape, not really understanding that this is something that will have to be physically fixed. But is just imagine like the little like wiggly sea cucumber.
What's the stat block for a sea cucumber?
That's a great question because I don't think there is one.
There
Also,
is-
does
I try
shaking
to
count
find
as an
one.
attack?
So meanwhile, while there's Rolloy like motivation shouting at the sea cucumber, I'm looking over at the judge with the eyebrow raised, saying, "Yeah, think about that for later."
There's a seahorse stat block. That doesn't help me.
I mean, they're basically the same thing as sea cucumbers.
I think we could just pick any CR0, honestly, and it would be appropriate. Yeah, we'll just use seahorse because at least there's a stat block here. What were you guys asking about it?
Oh, I just wanted to know like I just wanted to know what I can do. I'm assuming. Okay, so if I'm being shaken, do I have to like roll an opposing grapple check or something?
Well, I'll send you the stat block for sea cucumber really quick. Hold on. I'm just gonna post it in the Spelljammer chat for us so we can all see this.
Oh boy. Seahorse.
Okay. -1 to strength.
Polly, you also can't breathe, so with this constitution of -1, you'll be fixed in a minute anyway. Don't worry. If Verloy can't fix this, you'll fix it if no one can fix it, you'll fix it yourself in a second because the sea cucumber's about to die.
Wow, these cucumbers are fast. Like, surprisingly.
In water.
Semantics.
Create or destroy water around myself.
So yeah, that's Verloy's thing. You can use the stats if you'd like to roll me a dexterity just to see how well you stay in Verloy's hands. If you slip out, maybe you'll take fall damage.
A dexterity throw? Or dexterity?
Yeah, roll me dexterity. I feel like that's probably appropriate.
That's a 9.
Let's see if Verloy holds on to you. He doesn't have great. No.
Sounds like you're on the floor.
Verloy is shaking you. You slip out of Verloy's hands. You take 4 fall damage, which works. So you become not a sea cucumber.
So I'm just gonna stand up, I guess, or be laying there on the floor and just. Am I on the floor or am I like standing?
You end up just like sitting. I think you land prone from that situation, from the sea cucumber thing, because he's shaking you, and just like drops, and then you hit the floor, and then you wouldn't probably be laying down, but I assume you'd probably be like sitting in some way, unless you feel like you would be laying down. But that's kind of like how I'm picturing that would sort of happen.
Okay. In that case, as I'm sitting on the floor, I'm just gonna be like, cucumbers. I think that's what we need here. Is we're gonna need cucumbers for this.
Wonderful.
Cool. Wow. Alrighty, so the groups sort of go, and you see everyone's still a little frazzled in the first round. Not everyone's using perfectly great technique. Some people are like, oh crap, I forgot these ingredients. Various things. Everyone seems pretty mid overall with how they're doing in the first round as far as the first group of people that you can see. Sarros, you can assist in some way if you would like, either to sabotage the other groups or assist Polly in some way.
Is the judge near Polly or like other groups?
The judge is just kind of like circling in the center of the reverse hibachi situation where they are on the inside of the area, and all the contestants are around.
Like in the area, as they're circling, are they circled away from where Polly's station is, or
yes.
Yeah. So, would we say that the edge, like the audience area, is like within 15 feet of where the chef is, or the judge is?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sorry. I have 30 feet. But I think Sarros would get so excited to see another Eladrin that he would face step just up to the judge and go like, oh my god! Hi! And with that, what it was the action? It gets. It's not showing me what the. So, after I face step, like every creature that I see that I choose, within 5 feet of me, takes 3 fire damage.
Okay.
So I definitely wouldn't choose the judge. It would just be like everyone else around, just like completely unaware, super excited.
After the crowd falls over.
Does that include your friends, or is it just the other groups?
anyone that I choose. So I wouldn't choose my friends or the judge because they are friends.
Flare
They are
up the
good.
hibachi grill.
Basically.
Right. A little bit of the oil catches fire. They're like, "Oh crap! We set this too high." The judge seems impressed. He is like, "Yeah, let's get things heated up. Let's go." And he looking at you is like, "Hello, friend. Are you also into cooking? Would you like to help me judge?"
Yes, yes, yes. He's just getting more and more excited. His head's just like flaring up.
He pats you extraordinarily hard on the back. Yeah, extraordinarily hard on the back. Does, and here, this isn't like a really terrible question. I assume a 23 would beat Sarros' AC.
Yes.
You just take like two damage from how hard he hits you on the back, like in a friendly way, but
2 friendly damage.
2 friendly damage.
Ow.
It's an extraordinarily hard back pat. Just great, come on, let's go. And he sort of like pulls you in closer and is like yelling at all of these people as you guys are going. It's just like being really intense. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Amar roll a 19 for his initiative, or was that the charisma roll?
Charisma roll.
Okay, what was Amar's initiative? I actually don't see it on here.
I don't think I rolled initiative. I'm just
Okay, well-
flirting the whole time.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Amar's just consistently flirting. We'll,
Amar is our layer action.
Yeah, Amar's the layer action. The layer action of flirting. Wonderful. Layer action flirt. We need that to be a Bard Rock decal somewhere for us to do a tag in the Discord.
No,
need
hold
that.
on. I'm writing that down for personal use.
Layer action flirt.
I like how many levels that works because it's both a layers to the action, a layer action like the thing, also the action of a person who's trying to get laid.
Yeah.
Don't make me regret my joke.
Speaking of regretting things, not really. Hood, it's your turn.
Cool. I'd like to shoot the cucumber.
The cucumber's dealt with. There's no cucumber.
Oh, it was? I'm sorry. I thought the cucumber was just prone on the floor. I guess I missed the part where it turned back into a bird.
Yes, it only had 1 HP, so when it took fall damage, it turned back into a bird.
Oh. Okay. I'll process that later. All right. Do any of the competitors look like they're doing especially well?
So far, the groups that have really gotten into it are all very mid overall.
So there's no one that's like stand out right now?
Mm-mm.
And I'm assuming Polly doesn't look like they're doing super well on account of needing to play catch up from being a cucumber.
To be honest, Polly hasn't really gotten started yet because Polly didn't roll great initiative. So, I mean, yeah, Polly hasn't really gotten to do anything just yet. Both being a cucumber and also just the initiative for starting.
Okay, so if I can't really sabotage, let's see if I can. I will cast Bless on Polly.
Great.
Nice.
Have a D4, my friend, and cook well with it.
Sweet. Is that your turn?
It's pretty much the only thing of relevance I can do. So yeah.
Is Bless working?
Well, my cleric stuff is medical, so I'm allowed to cheat.
Okay. Just checking.
That's what the GM told me, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
So far.
It's a bless from science.
I scientifically blessed you.
It's essentially the combination of an energy drink and a shot that you just throw.
Yeah, basically what happened is like I load up my gun with like a 5-hour energy and I just like shoot it into your like neck from a distance and you just feel this surge like, oh, I gotta catch up.
Spirit.
Well, I walk into the invisible wall a couple more times.
the next equivalent of 30 feet, I can continue to walk into the wall.
I'm trying to think of because I don't.
Action dash into the wall.
You can't pass through. I think it's for a minute. So I think for basically the round of cooking for however long.
Can I like? I want to hide somewhere nearby. How far away am I from like another group of people cooking? That's not Polly.
Oh, another group of people cooking that's not Polly, probably like 25 feet.
Cool. I want to make a stealth check as a bonus action to hide get somewhere as close as I like possibly can without hitting the invisible wall.
Okay.
Perhaps I will roll stealth. Oh, so much. Like 29.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to aim at one of their like utensils and just shoot a tiny little Eldritch Blast and like knock it out of their hands or something.
Yeah.
Let's use watermelon. For the
While
cooking
he's doing
episode.
that, can I real quick roll for my like experimental elixir just so I can see if I have something cool next turn?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
I just want to see somebody catapult like a watermelon seed or something.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, all right, let's use watermelon. In my head, I'm like, I know you mean your dice, but the imagining you just like chucking a mini watermelon, just like, oh yeah, let me just you like reach over to the food pantry that's not past the barrier, and just like grabbing the watermelon and throwing it at them.
I was
I
just talking about
cast
the
watermelon.
I cast watermelon blast.
I cast catapult on the watermelon seed to try to get them in their mouth while they're choking, so they choke. Or...
That got dark.
I got a 26 to hit, like
Okay,
a
yeah.
pot or something. Just like
Yeah.
knock it off a stove.
Hey, it was an accident. Prove it wasn't.
Oops.
I mean, yeah, you rolled amazing stealth, so yeah, sure, you can do that. They think that the fire that just sort of happened had something to do with it, and that fucks them up a little bit.
Nice.
What would the damage essentially be from that?
7 damage. I rolled a 2 on my damage die.
Okay.
I just
Ooh.
blast a hole in their little in like a pot on their stove, and it just starts leaking.
Yep, that group looks very frantic. Is that it for Spirit?
Yes.
Okay, Polly, is your turn.
Okay, so I have a question because kimchi is usually made through fermentation. Okay, are there already fermented vegetables here, or do I have to do things to get fermented vegetables?
Yeah, so when you were looking through the pantry, just like glancing through earlier, you saw everything except for the spices. So there are fermented things already set up if that's something that someone needed.
Okay, so I will go ahead and. Well, I guess I probably need to get all of the materials like out. So we'll start there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab. I was jokingly saying cucumber before, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say space cucumbers. Is what we're gonna make this kimchi out of. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll grab the cucumbers and all the other relevant ingredients needed to make the space kimchi. And then
Wonderful.
and then I will just. I'll start slapping it together. I don't know what you need me to roll for that.
Yeah, so let's see what makes sense here. For the first one, go ahead and roll me your choice on this for everything. You can do performance or you can do acrobatics.
Okay, either one. It's the same plus. I'm gonna say performance. So I'm in the most grandiose gestures possible. I'm going to try to put this together. However, I fail horribly and look like I am just flailing around like a wild person because I rolled a 6.
Well, and so you can also have Reloy assist with help for those things. So
Okay.
roll with advantage.
Okay, so I'm rolling with. Oh, and I have that D4.
And
right?
bless.
Yep,
Yeah.
Okay, so we will go with that because that makes it a dirty 20.
Cool.
And then
Yeah,
do I
you
have-
are doing
do I have to
significantly
use
better
that
off.
bless, or do I need to keep it? Or do I have to use it now, or can I keep it for the next turn? The D4.
I think isn't bless sustained, or am I thinking of something else?
No, bless is concentration. So as long as no one messes up my concentration, you will continue to be scientifically blessed.
Okay, in that case I have my dirty 20.
Cool. Can you do me a favor and also roll me a d10?
Sure. That is a 1.
Okay.
My dice are very much loving those low numbers today.
Yeesh.
Straight to jail.
That is okay. One of the good things that Rolloy is able to assist with, Rolloy being familiar with like bartending and bar backing, is like sort of like helping like hand things off to you and staying away from the loose cobblestones and not tripping. And so he's sort of helping to supplement in any kind of way that he needs to sort of assist you with this, and is honestly doing pretty good at being a decent help so far. Aside from shaking, but I mean that kind of helped too. So
Reloy, have you found the appropriate spice weasels?
Weasels? I thought they would just be in like jars. There's weasels?
Never mind.
I almost swallowed. That was almost deadly.
I was gonna make the joke, and I saw you were drinking, and I was like, I feel like I should wait. Nope, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it.
It's okay. I've paid the price for that multiple times. Go ahead and do it. It's hubris at this point.
Bam.
Alrighty. Yeah, so Polly, unless there's anything else you would like to do, we will see. Oh,
Can I, since I didn't cast any spell?
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and I will go ahead and cast guidance on Reloy.
okay.
So that'll they can roll a d4 and add that to an ability check.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. From the second group of people that get started, you see that 2 of them are doing pretty good. They're not doing as well as you, but they are sort of catching up.
Quick, lair action.
I mean, yeah, it is the start of your guys' thing. But before that, there is a judge layer action. So he, being intense, grabbing Sarros by the shoulder, is just like, what kind of competition would it be if there weren't secret tricky things? And he's just like, all of you now have to cook with, and you like see him spin this wheel that kind of appears out of nowhere, and it takes a second, and it rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls, and it lands on. Okay. You will need to cook without pots. No pots for you. No pot heads around here.
Do all the pots
All right.
like instantly disappear, or?
Yeah. Yeah. So there is that. A couple of the people that were doing particularly poorly at the start look very freaked out because one of them did have their pot get hit by the secret Eldritch Blast, and then all of a sudden it disappears, and they have to suddenly try to pick up as much of their food that was in it as they can and put it in something else without burning their hands. And they are frantically sort of dealing with that. So it's not just you that would be affected if you had anything in a pot. It is some of the opponents as well. So they are sort of struggling. But yeah, there are no pots allowed for the rest of the cooking competition. Were any of your things inside of a pot, do you think?
I don't think so. I think the prep is going to be in a deep pan. So largely.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a loophole.
Deep pan for the win.
Shallow enough to be a pan, not deep enough to be a pot.
Hey.
Amar, how's your flirting going?
How do you want me to roll again?
Yes.
Okay. So this time it's not 19 with charisma boost. It's dirty 21.
Nice. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. What are you doing for this round?
Should I taking out a pot? So are the pots that aren't being used disappeared as well, or is it just the ones that were in use?
All pots. All pots are gone.
All right. So do I have a drunk or not? Quale pot I need? Of course, this is for later as well. Mon cher.
You see, he doesn't directly interact with you, but Sarros, he kind of like leans down. He's like, "Hey, do you like know that dude, by chance?"
A little. He's my shipmate. He's nice.
Oh, sick, awesome. Can you like introduce me later?
Is he single?
Sarros being completely oblivious to all things of that. It's just like, yeah, do you want to join our crew?
No, I've got a restaurant to run here. I just introduce me later. We got it. Anyway, back to the competition. Let's go. And he like drags you off.
I was just imagining Sarros being like whipped around by one arm.
It's very, very whiplashy. Sweet. What would you like Reloy to do on his turn?
I would like Reloy to. I don't know what I want Reloy to do. Reloy has been gathering seasonings for me. So I'm gonna say to continue doing that.
Okay.
What actions can Reloy hold?
He has basic rogue stat block at the moment. He can go and make sure I read this correctly. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay. Yeah, so he is able to be particularly, you know this just from him being on the ship, that he's particularly sneaky. So you think that he could probably sabotage some of the other crew or some of the other groups. You think that he could probably assist with learning some more information about what they are in the process of making to see if there's anything that you can sort of one-up them with. And you think that he might be able to sort of like assist with getting the attention of the chef.
Okay, so I'm going to, I will, while I'm still in the middle of doing my last action, I'm going to turn to Reloy and I'm going to say, I'm going to very loudly so that everyone can, I'm going to first whisper to Reloy and I'm going to say, Reloy, I want you to walk around to the other groups, and I want you to learn as much about the dishes that they are preparing as you can. And then I'm going to very loudly say, so that everyone can hear me, oh, Mr. Reloy, make sure that you take some time out from behind here and walk around, stretch those legs, make sure that you're not getting too stiff. I need you at your best here in the kitchen. Go do that.
Reloy
sort of
barely.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, Reloy barely catching on that it's a ruse a little bit. Almost says something, and then goes, "Oh wait," it's like, "Yeah, of course, sounds good."
I wink in a podcast.
It's really good.
Reloy is not good at winking. He does not wink back in a podcast.
It's very bad.
It's very bad. He will do that. He okay. Yeah. He's sort of doing that thing where he's walking behind them, being a little bit overly stretchy. Amar, he stretches in your direction, sort of showing off a little bit how lanky that they are. And then
Hey baby, check out how lanky I am.
poor thing doesn't have much muscle to go off of, but boy are they lanky.
Takes his foot, puts it over his head while standing.
I mean, hey,
Shit.
they're stretchy. So, yeah, showing off how flexible he is, and sort of like peers over the other groups, does a little bit of that. Yeah, exactly, exactly, Marty. One of those. Great. Let's see how the other groups are holding up to whatever that is. No, no, no. I think groups 1 through 5 are just kind of. Oh, that's bad. Okay. One of the groups catches on. They sort of pick themselves up a little bit. They were not using anything that had a pot, so they're fine. They were a little freaked out by the fire that sort of flamed up, but they have recovered since then, and they are doing pretty good for this round. One of the groups out. One of the groups is totally out. They are sobbing. They feel like they can't handle it, and they're gone. They're just one of the competitors is gone.
Oh,
So,
damn.
good there.
So-
It's a high intensity. They are essentially eliminated by their own regard. Sarros, it's your turn.
Is there any group that looks like they're doing the best?
Yes. The group that started to catch back up is currently in the lead.
Can Sarros head over to them and do that annoying host thing where he starts to try and talk to them and ask them about their dish while they're trying to cook?
Yeah.
So, what do we have going on here?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you're using fennel seed. I see. It's quite interesting. I didn't know. Tell me the history of fennel seed as you're trying to cook.
There is no worse comment than, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
No, you have to say it like Spirit would. That's interesting. With the
Very
dramatic pause.
interesting.
Actually, it's not a fennel seed. It's a fennel seed. It's from the Feywilds. They're similar. They look really similar, but they're not like that.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Fenn.
Sorry. Roll. Oh gosh. I guess roll me like either performance or persuasion here. I think.
Well, it's both nothing, so we'll...
Doesn't matter.
16.
Okay. Yeah, they get distracted from the conversation trying to explain what a fennel seed is. But yeah, they're a little bit distracted. Sort of keeps them a little bit behind, but they are keeping at least pace with Polly. Is that it for you?
Yeah. I think he's just kind of trying to be like his judge chef buddy.
Great. Hood.
Hey, Sarros, thank you for the setup. I appreciate you distracting my targets. So, I have some questions, GM.
Wonderful. Love it. Go for it.
How close is, like, each cooking station to each other?
You know how I said hibachi earlier?
Yeah.
They're like right next to each other. So like 5-10 feet at the most.
Okay. How far is Polly away from the people that Sarros is talking to?
20.
Perfect. I love to hear that. So, Hood is going to like reach into one of his like ammo pouches, and he's gonna pull out this one like very special round, and he's gonna look at it and says, "I didn't think I'd have to use this again so soon, but desperate times." And if you look on the side of the round, it just says butter. And he will load it in and aim it right around that group. And I would like to cast grease on them. Because I believe you said the fire kind of ruffled them a little bit before, and they're
Yeah.
distracted now. So I'd like to burn their dish and knock them prone, please. Thank you.
Great. Go ahead and try.
Cool.
Roll. You said you were trying to hit them, so I guess roll a ranged attack.
Technically, the way it works is it just says, slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range,
it's
60
grease spell.
feet.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, And I actually need a dexterity saving throw from you
Okay.
for this group, or they fall prone.
Okay. Yeah. They knowing that there's fire, unless for some reason that anyone can give them a disadvantage. They for some reason knowing that there is already fire as a thing, seeing that the chef had like sort of been so intense, and they have kind of caught up on their game. They're a little bit distracted. I guess technically that would probably give them disadvantage. That doesn't matter. That's incredible. By Sarros. That was 2 nat 20s in a row on the same die.
Damn.
That does beat my spell save DC, yes.
Yeah, so they
do it,
they sort of
actually.
like are in the middle of talking to Sarros. You see one of them sort of like sees some of the flames like starting to like get a little bit bigger and like pulls their dish up off like in a sweeping motion, does like a cool like twirl, and then like puts it back down.
They let the butter bullet land and then put the dish back down on it, and it somehow makes it better.
Right, the infusion of the butter flavor.
No, my greatest weapon used against me.
Great. Is that it for you, Hood?
Let's see. I believe that's an action. I don't know that I have any bonus actions I can really take, so I guess that's it.
Spirit, you're next.
Cool. I don't want to make it too obvious that we're like dogpiling on this other group. Is there like a third? Is there like maybe a third place group sort of situation?
There's 2 other groups that are doing decently well. They seem equal with each other. That are right behind like how Polly's doing.
Cool. I will pick one of their head chefs and cast Hex on them.
Great. What does that do to them?
If for some reason I would do damage to them, it's an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. But the operative part here, I choose one ability. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability.
Okay.
I don't know what to pick here though. What do you guys think would be like a cooking?
Dex?
Dex.
I was thinking Dex, but yeah, let's do Dex. So they have disadvantage on all dexterity checks.
Okay.
So you hex their dex checks?
Hex or Dex checks.
Great.
You betcha.
Is that gonna be it for you, Spirit?
Is that an action or a bonus action?
I think
There's
Hex
a
is
bonus action. I'm gonna just hide as an action again, just in case.
Okay. Sounds good.
Stealth check. 20.
Nat?
No.
Oh.
I got a 10, so 20.
Mm. Okay. All right, Polly, you're up.
So, I would like to, as I'm sitting here cooking things in this deep pan, and the judge walks by.
Mhm.
As the judge walks by, I want to use control flames, so that as I'm sort of turning the food in the pan, the flames actually jump out from the stove and sort of form like a bird flapping its wings, and then sort of like dissipating into the sky.
Very cool. I like it. Yeah, you can roll me a performance check.
Okay. And that is...
Don't forget.
Yeah.
You're blessed.
I'm blessed, so that's the +4, right?
Plus
Plus a D4.
Yeah, plus I mean D4. Yeah. Okay, so that's 11 plus 3, so 14.
Cool. Yeah.
We got
It catches their attention. He's just like, haha, wonderful, impressive performance in an art of cooking is just as important as the food itself. Honestly, it sometimes makes it taste better. Haha, it just does like a cool like thumbs up and keeps going.
You clearly have not seen the episode of Pokemon I referenced in chat.
I do love jelly donuts.
That is not the episode I was referencing, but also well done.
Good jelly filled donut.
literally just explaining that to my son earlier today. He said-
The difference between onigiri and donuts.
no, the four kids localization and how how that related to One Piece and Pokemon, and it was a good old thing. And then with that, I think I'm gonna keep going, keep on going. I think.
Okay.
I've already cast my spell. I don't think I have any bonus actions I can do that are relevant. So.
Yeah. So Polly, how much of this kimchi are you making? A lot of it or a little bit of it? This is related to the size of the food question.
What was the largest cucumber that they had?
Roll me a d10.
Roll for heft. Someone was gonna do it. I was just the one that was brave enough.
Roll to see which cucumber Amar hasn't already stolen.
That would be a 9.
Woo!
Nice. Yeah. You got one of the bigger ones. It wasn't quite the biggest one there. It felt like the biggest one there looked a little bit too lumpy.
It was intimidating in size.
So this one's fairly consistent with I don't know what I want to equate the size to.
Yeah, no, please describe how big this cucumber is. Find the adjectives, please.
I don't want to.
We'll wait.
Hold on.
Just real quick, Google cucumber adjectives.
A tube of tennis balls.
Oh!
Paul wants to name the cucumber. I think Paul wants to name the cucumber Pickle Rick.
No.
He should have been on stream.
He spent channel points.
Is it,
Hmm.
are we naming the pickle itself or the sea cucumber itself, or are we naming something else?
Are we naming an ingredient that we know has actively been cooked?
Straight 8 cucumbers. Oh god, why are they so big?
I gotta go.
It's okay, I know they're always intimidating the first time, but you get used to them.
No, I looked up average size of a sea cucumber. It says they range in size from less than an inch to over 6 feet.
Wow,
Holy
that'll
shit.
kill a man.
You know they can go through that range in just a few minutes if they were properly stimulated.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Paul wants to name the bigger cucumber Pickle Rick, and that's why Paulie didn't accept the cucumber, because it was I looked at it, it was like I'm Cucumber Rick.
It was too problematic.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
It's too
there's
cringe.
a sentient cucumber somewhere named Pickle Rick. Okay, we can have that. All right. I'm glad for the clarification. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Yeah, your cucumber's like 4 feet.
Holy shit, it's a big cucumber. God damn.
Hey,
I am
once again,
going-
late down.
In that case, what I did is I cut off enough of the tip of the cucumber. I circumcised the cucumber so that I could
Do we have an
hop.
explicit tag? Because I feel like we need.
I gotta go.
So
I
that
didn't-
could-
I didn't know that a cooking competition could be this heated. Whew.
We've seen Food Wars, right?
From somewhere deep within Amar, he's not even sure where it is. He goes, Mazel Tov!
So
Because I'm Jewish.
So
Amar is enjoying this more than anyone.
I cut off the end of the cucumber enough so that the remaining part of the cucumber, when cooked into kimchi, could fit into the hollowed out portion that I cut off, if that makes sense. So I'm going to make a bowl from part of the cucumber, and then make the rest of it into kimchi.
Yeah.
Oh,
A bowl. A cucumber bowl.
Yeah. Sounds good. Mhm.
Okay. So I'm making that much. I'm making a 4-foot cucumber worth of kimchi.
football.
Yep. Okay. Wonderful. Thanks. Love it.
Just imagining like someone playing like a really big like wind instrument, but it's just kimchi and they're just like slowly eating out of it.
Just an oboe made of kimchi.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is the best.
So you see, there's is that it for you? I assume.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you see that there are the two groups that were sort of keeping pace, like right behind you. They are sort of like keeping up. One of them sort of matches equal with you, although that was a very impressive. Oh, I almost forgot. Roll me a d20, just straight d20.
It's a 14.
Okay, yeah. One of them is keeping up with you pretty well, pretty evenly. One of them sort of goes in the entire opposite direction. It's a group comprised of sprites and fairies, and so their food is especially tiny. And like you see that it's like, you know, the little kid toy foods that are like the little mini foods that you'll sometimes see people cooking online videos for, where it like looks like Barbie-sized food. It's kind of like that. And so it's like this little itty bitty tiny like little mini food thing, and it's super little. They're just like, it has to be impressive because we have to be very particular if it's tiny. And they're sort of going in that direction. Whether that's what they're looking for, we'll find out. But
I'm just imagining that hamster food channel.
yeah, it's kind of exactly on point with what I was sort of thinking. Just little tiny food. It's very cute. Seems like they're going a sweet sort of food direction. But yeah, they sort of are a little bit stand out. Not like too far past you, but
Ursa, thank you.
yeah.
Just so that folks know, that's an under 4 foot cucumber.
Just so the participants of the stream know, thank you.
Yeah, that's a 4 foot. Well, I don't know if there's a way to share it. Maybe we tweet it out through Bard Rocks.
No, this is for us and us alone.
Tensi, put it up on the screen.
Just change over from us. No,
Share
they're
that
not
long boy.
smart.
The legend of the cucumber is growing.
Okay, great.
Tears of the cucumber.
Topical.
Judges, Slayer action. God.
Go on.
Do you need a break?
No. Do you guys actually? We probably should take a quick 5-10 minute break, really quick.
Oh
just,
no.
Intermission.
Just for everyone to stretch. So actually, we are gonna just take a quick 10 minute, be back soon,
Paul's
sort of
getting
thing.
wild. Paul's getting wild with the channel points. We got to take a break.
Yeah.
Cucumber calls psychic damage.
We'll come back to a wild magic search.
Yep, the judge.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. We'll come back to our wild magic surge. Quick 10-minute break. We'll see you guys here shortly at time 24, time 25.
Time 20.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I had to check in on my wife, make sure she was okay.
Okay, we are back. All good. Cool. Hey guys, welcome back. We are back at the top of the initiative round. I think we ended on a wild magic surge on the judge.
The judge, apparently.
The
judge.
judge.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
I guess it's a fan thing. There's not really a class for the judge, so
I mean,
you guys
the
are
judge,
awesome.
the judge is touching Sarros, so maybe
That's
use Sarros'
true.
table.
It's actually
that makes
Sarros' magic wild surge, but it just affects the judge.
Hey, I like that. All right, let's see what happens. That's a D100. That's where is it? There we go. 39. Talk about it. That's gonna be stuck in my head all night now. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much for that.
I mean, we could go.
Oh.
Back to
Oh no. Oh,
God.
okay. That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, all right. So you see that the judge is getting ready to go ahead and start speaking about the next thing that you guys are dealing with. And he kind of like clutches, like, not clutches, but he like kind of like grabs his chest and he like looks a little uncomfortable. He's like, all right, for the next experience that you guys are gonna have to deal with. Oh, wow. I think I ate too much tomato sauce earlier. That heartburn. Wow. All right. You guys need to add tomato sauce to your thing. I'll be back in a second. Does anyone have any Tums?
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, amazing! You're a lifesaver. Can I have them?
No, they're Tums, not a lifesaver.
As he comes over to me, I'd like to like whisper real quick. Only if you rate the bird well.
Wow.
Wow, just outright going for it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Just all of the birds, or like?
No. Are there a lot of birds?
There's a couple other bird people. It's not just Polly. Polly's not the only.
Oh. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That was species of me. That just shows my ignorance.
Also, not to mention, there's like chickens like being cooked and like
Yeah, favor the dead birds favorably, please. No. Hood will like point over to Polly. It's like that bird.
Okay. I mean, if the food's good, then yeah, but not just gonna wave. Wow.
Yeah, how's your stomach doing?
It sucks. It's not something I've experienced before. I'll keep doing without it. If you're gonna bribe me, then I don't want them.
All right, you're lost.
Yep. All right. Bye. And then he's kind of uncomfortable, but he's like, yeah, tomato sauce, guys. Just cook with tomato sauce. Add it to your food. Okay. So you have to figure out a way to add tomato sauce into your dish if you were not already. Let's see. That is flirtatious layer action from you guys for. What are we doing for the flirting now, Amar? Oh, I might have cut out. Amar, what's your plan for flirting this round?
So this time I'm going to back in Hood over real quick. Mr. Hood, if you could come over here quick. You said you have the thumbs.
Yeah, and I tried to bribe the guy to favor Polly, but apparently he's too good for that.
That is okay. That is okay. May I have the thumb?
It's in bullet form. Is that okay?
Is it ingestible?
With enough momentum and force, I mean, technically, I guess. Here, and I give you the Tums bullet, which, technically speaking, was just me flavoring Lesser Restoration. Can I give him that?
Okay, I don't think that would fix this particular thing. Just above game.
Well, we wouldn't know that, so.
Yeah, I mean,
if I expend the spell slot, can I give him a Lesser Restoration bullet to use as he chooses?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I just, above board, I don't think this is gonna work the way you think it will.
It's his plan, not mine. He just asked me for a Tums bullet, and I'm here to comply. I ain't gonna metagame. I give him a Tums bullet.
Yep. You have a Tums bullet.
Is that something you ever thought you'd say?
No, I can't say that it was.
Okay. So then I motion the judge over.
He kind of gets a little excited and walks over. He's still kind of uncomfortable, but he walks over. Kind of glares at Hood. But...
I understand that you are having the issue of the stomach. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body. I have a friend here who can alleviate that for you.
Yeah. He tried to like bribe me with rating the bird that bird better, but if that's part of it,
No. Just, I mean, I'm not going to say anything that is directly like that. I would just say that you seem like a wonderful person. I love that you have your your values like that. It is a very very admirable. I do not wish to see you in harm. Could you accept his help?
Yeah. That's fine. Honestly, I don't even think anything's gonna help this. I had way too much tomato sauce earlier. I had to test it for quality control before that, and I think that's what the problem is. But I mean, if you think it'll help, then sure.
Absolutely. My friend, Mr. Hood, if you would please. And I hand the ball back because I don't really know how to use it.
Obviously, it's a suppository.
Hope not.
Only if you use it without the gun. Yeah, if it helps out, if it's what Amar wants, then I will, with great and noticeable reluctance, shoot the man with a lesser restoration bullet.
Okay, great. It doesn't really do anything. He's kind of still uncomfortable looking. He's still experiencing this heartburn. You kind of see that the fire that he like naturally kind of has like lightly like coming off of his wings, and hair and other parts of his body sort of like get a little bit bigger, but not like extraordinarily bigger. But nothing else really changes aside from that.
I'm gonna try to use my own lesser restoration, just patting him lightly on the shoulder.
We just
Saying,
didn't
"I'm
do it
very
enough.
sorry." Yeah, I mean,
Didn't do it enough.
I don't know it's a lesser restoration bullet. I just know that it's a.
You know it's a
bullet
Tums
that's supposed to make him
bullet.
Feel better.
Tums bullet. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Amar, as you were doing that, Roy is still doing the task that Polly had set him to earlier, is still awkwardly stretching to try to like creep on other people and sort of catches your eye, and does a bad wink at you because he can't wink. And you feel a little bit emboldened by his presence, and you feel like even though earlier this magic wasn't necessarily working for you when you guys first landed in Waterdeep on the ship, it almost feels like because of your bond with him that you are able to access that magic. It does not seem like the magic does anything to help the chef, but it does feel like you have access to it.
Okay. Can I do deception instead of performance this time?
Sure.
Also, now that I've seen all this, can I do a medicine check to see if I can figure out what's actually up with him?
Sure.
So that is a 17 on deception.
Cool. What exactly are you deceiving him of?
Just remember that we helped later on. Basically, I'm still trying to do the subterfuge that Hood was doing, but in a more like gentle.
Got it.
In a subtle way.
Subtle way.
Yeah.
Hood's not known for his subtlety. Also, I demand that you tell me exactly what's wrong with him on the basis that I rolled a natural 20 or a 26 medicine check.
Wow. The exact phrasing of this is until your next turn, you get heartburn and cannot regain hit points, then you belch fire. Literally nothing you guys can do this. You have a feeling it has to do with wild magic that the ship has been experiencing. For some reason, being near Sarros triggered this on him.
Oh, well, I've been asleep until last time, so I didn't know that. Also, I rolled a nat 20, so I believe that means by the rules of this, I have to roll wild magic.
Yes, you do. I need two D100s, please.
Alright. That is a 40 and a 27.
40 and a 27. That would be funny, but not helpful.
And
You rolled a nat 20, so helpful is what we have to go for first.
fair enough, I'll respect that.
That is actively unhelpful. Let's check
Funny.
Eric.
Funny.
Fun.
Funny.
Gotta check all of them, guys. Some of this might be funny and helpful.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
That would be funny, but is actively unhelpful. That is
tempting.
neither helpful nor unhelpful, but it is very funny.
So it sounds like no matter what, this is going to be a fun time, just not productive.
Yeah, which of your two subclasses would you like? Or which of your two classes would you like?
Well, this was based off of the medicine stuff, so I feel like that's more leaning into like my artificer training.
Oh, I was hoping you're saying cleric. Oh,
Actually, no. I'm actually gonna, not because you said that, but thinking about it more logically, I feel like my ability to concoct medicine is artificer. My medical knowledge is probably cleric. So actually, I am gonna, not because of what you said, just thinking about it logically, I am gonna retract and say cleric.
yes. For the next minute, you hallucinate frogs raining from the sky.
Yes.
Hey, Polly, I think I know what your secret ingredient is. It's everywhere.
Just gonna look over and be like, tilt my head like the way a bird does. It's
I
kinda
am-
like, what?
I am fully going to be spending every action I have from now on just running around collecting frogs.
Oh
Thank you
yeah, you
so
want more
much.
toxins.
You can just remove me from initiative until this ends.
Thank you very much. That is very funny. Okay. Wow. However, I will say literally all of group 1 is sucking to the point so bad that we lose 2 more groups just outright. So literally there's just 2 groups remaining from group 1 that are hanging in there, and the 2 of them are just hanging in very badly. Like they fell back. Like there's been so much chaos. They're kind of off put by the fact the judge is like not feeling super great. They're like, what happened? Like there's something wrong with the tomato sauce. We have to include it in our food. What? And so they're not doing super great. Sarros, that's you.
All right. Sarros is gonna look around again and see if there's any groups that have like ingredients that they've prepped but haven't put into their stuff yet.
Yes, there are, and there are 2 of them.
All right. Of the, which one would you say looks tastier?
The food or the group?
I was thinking the same thing. Thank you.
Food. Sarros
the
does
answer's
not eat
different.
people.
No. I just meant like because tasty can. Never mind. Yeah,
Give us a
Sarros-
Sarros rating on tastiness and an Amar rating on tastiness.
Sarros doesn't feel that way about people, I think. Okay, there's one group that's sort of kind of next to Polly that's got that, and that's kind of like where your eye catches, is the ones near Polly.
All right, he's just gonna kind of amble over there and not necessarily sneaky, but just kind of using the fact that he's now assistant judge. He's gonna go over there and be like, "Oh, I have to judge food," and just start eating their stuff.
Roll me an intimidation check.
19.
Dang. Yeah, they are a little uncomfortable looking, but they're also like eyeing each other like, we can't say no. Judge. And you eat the food. You eat their food. They're kind of confused about what to do now and sort of thinking on their toes. They're just like, I guess this is part of the challenge. Guess we just have to like figure it out and go from here. So you do that. Definitely sets them back a little bit. Cool. Is that it for you, Sarros?
Yep.
Cool.
Just gonna
Hood, you're up.
stuff in his face.
Can I roll to see how many frogs I catch?
How many imaginary frogs you catch?
Yeah.
They're real to me!
Sure.
Okay, what do I roll?
Me, damn it.
Roll me a d12.
Cool.
I feel like those don't get used a lot. They don't. They
don't.
said.
I get 3 frogs.
Yeah, you think you catch 3 frogs.
I know I catch 3 frogs, thank you.
That
That is all for my turn.
Wonderful. Spirit, you're up.
What's up with the group that I hexed?
They are the ones that Sarros happened to steal the food from, and now they are sort of trying to figure out what to do now.
Wonderful. Yeah, I don't know. what else I can do. I can't like enter the space. I don't want to like.
You are currently hidden. I will say that because you did that at the end of your last
yes,
turn.
I did.
I have an above the table question for you, Spirit.
Go on.
If you switch to one of your other personalities, are they also not permitted to walk through the door?
Now that's some shenanigans.
How generous are you feeling, Xtina?
Heads or tails?
Tails.
You can try.
You're my hero. I love you.
Okay. I will switch. I have to pull out my notebook to see who I'm going to switch to for this. I'm going to switch to Rose. So the lenses of Spirit's eyes go from their kind of typical like teal cyan thing to pink. And Rose attempts to enter the cooking area.
There is no force field for Rose.
Oh!
Woo.
All right. I'll need about a turn of initiative to get back into the Rose voice. So that's my turn.
One of the groups that was already doing pretty bad is kind of surprised when you suddenly are behind them as you walk through this force field. They're like, "Oh shit!" and they drop something.
Oh, hi. How y'all doing?
Not great, honestly. This is kind of out of our wheelhouse. We just thought this would be fun. We didn't expect it to be so intense. Where did you come from? You just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, honey, don't you worry about that.
I feel like we should, but okay. And that is going to be your turn. Holly, you are up. To start, I need you to just roll me a d20 really quick.
Is a
Also,
10.
Mordo might start barking. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Hi, Mordo.
You were right, as the prophecy foretold.
Druid for
And-
real.
Mordo always says hello when people come home. It was his hello bark. But yeah, okay, sounds good. Yep, things are going pretty well. I will say that Reloy has come back from his adventures and has informed you that there is one group in particular that is doing really, really well. What exactly did you ask him to do? Just check to see what ingredients they're using?
I had asked him to check around, see how the other groups were doing. Just
Okay.
it was kind of vague. It was kind of like just go see what the other groups are doing, see if there's anything that we can use to adjust what we were doing.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Roy comes back. Well, one of the groups was going to be making some kind of a soup, but then Sarros ate part of their food, so I think you're good there. The other group is making, I don't actually know what it is. I've never seen this food before. It looks, it looks, this is kind of weird. It looks shadowy in nature. I really can't explain it. I've really never seen food like this before, to be perfectly honest with you. And I've seen some weird food. I grew up on an island, so we get a lot of cool stuff when people come through. But no, don't know what that is. And then everyone else is just doing really simple food. It doesn't seem like there's anything else that really catches my eye as anything fun. Honestly, your giant sea cucumber kimchi thing seems like it's going pretty well. So I wouldn't really be too worried aside from that one group with the shadow food because I don't know what it is.
How far is the shadow food table, Reloy?
They're on the other side. Like
So I won't-
almost
so I won't-
directly opposite from you.
Okay, so I won't be able to see them from see what it is from here.
No, not exactly. Like there's a couple people in the way.
Also, to answer Paul's question in the chat, I was going to, but then I started seeing frogs.
It's not the Fae group though, right? The one that was working with the tiny food. It's a different one.
No. Fae group, unfortunately, didn't roll so good on their last roll. So
Okay.
You're fine.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on trying to incorporate tomatoes into my kimchi dish. And as I have been slicing the cucumbers lengthwise into cucumber strips, I am now going to take them and convert them into cucumber noodles and add tomato sauce. So it's going to be a kimchi spaghetti with cucumber noodles.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And that
Wait,
is...
weren't you keeping most of the cucumber as a bowl?
I was keeping most of it as a bowl, but I'm going to take the remaining. I'm going to take whatever cucumber I can, convert it into noodles, cucumber noodles, and I'm audibling because I have to now incorporate tomato sauce. So I already have the kimchi base going. I'm going to go ahead and just slap that shit together, and we'll see what we can if we can mash that together.
Kimchi spaghetti is a real food. Impressive.
Started by Polly. He set a food trend.
The only other thing that I might want to try to do is...
Roy kind of leans in, is like, are you wanting to keep it like mostly meatless, or are you wanting to add like anything else? I saw some like weird bacon that might go well with that. I do mean weird bacon. It's multicolored, but it doesn't look like it smells bad, so it's obviously okay to eat.
Are we talking rainbow, or are we talking about just like...
You need to narrow down those colors, fam.
I need to know what we're talking here.
Well, there's a singular strip that is the colors red, blue, and yellow, and it smells fine. Like, it doesn't smell like I want to throw up when I smelled it, so I think you could probably use it. It looks weird, but I mean...
primary bacon.
Can I roll something to see if I know what the fuck this bacon is?
Sure.
What am I rolling?
Nature.
That is 19.
It's some face shit.
It's some face shit.
It's some face shit.
Face shit.
Some fey bacon. Fakin, if you will.
Oh.
Does it induce hallucinations or anything like that?
Roll me medicine.
So 19 again.
Nice. Sometimes.
I'm assuming Reloy brings it up and hands it to me.
If you ask, yeah.
Show me what you're talking about, Reloy. And Reloy brings it over, and
yeah.
I'm just gonna very carefully put the pan, take my hands off the pan for a second, turn to Reloy, and be like, put that back. We don't want to risk that. Let's just keep moving on with where we're going. Is there any regular bacon, maybe?
Yeah, I think I saw some.
Okay, let's go with that. Do you know how to cook up some bacon?
Do I know how to cook bacon? I mean, I think I remember how to cook bacon. It usually catches on fire when you cook it, right? Like most people like it really crispy.
You know what? Let's go ahead and just say no on the bacon for now. Can you just go ahead, and I'm just gonna start asking Reloy to hand me the tomato sauce and all that jazz, so we can start incorporating that in. I have a question about thaumaturgy.
Cool. What's the question?
I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. Do I have to see the flames?
Does it say you have to?
It does not.
Then no.
I would like to, in the general direction of the table of the folks who are cooking across the way, I would like to dim their flame on their stove.
Wonderful. You can do that. And also, you'll see as Reloy was recounting if he can cook bacon, if he remembered that, he kind of catches eyes and he's watching the chef, and you're just like, he kind of thinks for a second, and then they're like, I don't know why, but I just got this random information in my brain that maybe I've read about it somewhere, but I feel like that particular chef is really well known to be like really magical for food. Like not outside of normal magic food stuff that happens. Like I feel like he is sometimes used as a patron for people. That was a really weird piece of information that just popped in my mind. I don't know where that came from. That was weird. Might have been like the wild magic stuff that we've got going on. Anyway,
His name is Lucky, and he's magically delicious.
Oh god, against my better judgment, I think Paul has a good idea. I am going to, when I hear that, I will say that I do it in response to Reloy saying that that he's magical. I kind of tense up a little bit, and as Polly tenses up, she accidentally casts egg.
please roll that for me.
Oh god.
Last time, this did not go very well.
Last time this very nearly killed you.
It
Best
did.
unofficial spell in the game.
I summon 12 eggs into an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me. These eggs manifest as regular chicken, duck, or goose eggs. Within 5 feet of me, you said, God, I would love to do it over the heads of the folks across the way, but I can't do that.
There's a couple of them that are near you. There's a couple of the group nearby that you could.
Can
The one that Sarros ate the food of.
Yeah, I'm gonna just egg bomb whoever is within 5 feet of me. There's just gonna be 12 eggs that just summon above their heads, and they're just gonna come crashing down.
Okay. Yeah, that group.
And they are goose eggs, if that's relevant.
You know, for like the texture and stuff.
Yeah, they are absolutely coated in goose egg yolk. Cool. They're a little sticky. They can't fly super well. It does impede their cooking. We'll say they have disadvantage on the roll to see how well they do.
I'm just gonna slightly orient my body to like put myself as like like I'm kind of turning away just a little bit. But like whoops, didn't mean to do that.
Wonderful. Is that it, Polly?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. And they actually are the remaining group that is left from that group, and they are in fact impeded by the egg yolk. That did not go super great for them. All right, so that is their round. They are no longer near the lead. Polly, you are actually in the lead at this point. You think everyone else is kind of like either covered in egg or sort of freaked out or doing like not the best. Like you're pretty neck and neck with the shadow group, but you think you might have the upper hand just a little. And the end of the round comes, and it is the start of the chef's turn. He does in fact belch fire right before announcing the end of the cooking competition. All right, everyone, he belches fire. Whoa, excuse me. There's tomato sauce. That's what it'll do to you. Huh?
What direction?
Does
it go towards anyone?
Let's find out. I like that question.
The group covered in eggs, and now they have cooked egg all over them.
Actually, yes.
No, I'm sunny side up now.
Yes.
They got covered in egg on their face.
They do have egg on their face. Also, he calls the end of the round. All right, everyone, make sure that you got everything plated. This is the last round, almost done. Get one more round to go ahead and get everything on where you need it. That's it. And then we have our last bit of flirting, I assume, from Amar.
Mm-hmm. Last round. That means we are getting close to the end of the competition, which means we are getting close to the nighttime. Hey.
One of the random contestants in the audience leans over and it's just like, I mean, it's the middle of the day, so I mean, we still have like 6 hours.
I did not say we were there. Come on.
Are you just trying to like keep flirting? I guess regular charisma if that's the case, unless you're trying to persuade or anything.
Oh no, just regular charisma.
Okay.
So that's a 16.
Cool. He does catch that. He is appreciative from earlier.
Mhm.
Still plans on coming in over to talk later, but seems like he's invested in watching the last couple groups that are still in the competition. The Shadow group, Polly, and then I know one person who's hanging in there but not doing super great. That is Roloi. Roloi looks at you, Polly. Is like, do you want me to do anything else right now? Obviously I don't want to cook the bacon because you said that was probably not a great idea, but I can do something else, maybe. Let me know.
I do, but I have to draw a picture first because otherwise I can't explain this verbally.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a brief sketch break.
Brief sketch
it's-
break.
It's not. It won't take that long. Okay. So
It'll take long enough for me to real quick run to the bathroom, please.
okay, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. Go ahead. Okay, so you know how I said it was going to be a cucumber, right?
Yeah.
I want to convert this cucumber bowl into a plate. Okay, and the way that I'm going to do it
Okay.
is I'm going to take the cucumber and it's in the Spelljammer. It's in the Spelljammer
Yeah.
chat. I'm going to
Yeah.
take it and I'm going to split it so that it's in four like that, and then
It looks like a cross, basically. Yeah.
right, and then taking sort of like chunks of the cucumber above that. I want to go ahead and to stack them so that they're sort of overlapping.
Okay. Making a
And that they-
windmill.
Yeah. So like it's windmilling, but enough to where it becomes like essentially like a solid plate with sort of these overlapping cucumber pieces. So it'll be a fairly odd display, but it will be a plate. It'll be way more stable than that floaty ass bowl thing that I was trying to do earlier.
Okay.
And then that's where we're going to go ahead and play the spaghetti. So I'm going to instruct Roloi to do that.
Okay.
try to
Yeah.
create the-
I am good with knives. I can help with that.
Okay.
Turns back and badly winks at Amar.
Both eyes.
Both eyes. Cool. Go Roloi. He is good at that. It looks spot on. However you were picturing it is exactly how it turns out.
Beautiful.
So he does that. Cool.
I don't
Anything
know
else
how
you
to
want from him?
describe it, but Polly does.
Yeah.
Besides that, no, I don't think so. I think Roloi, it's just, you know what, Roloi, great job. I'll finish up here. Go ahead and just sit down, relax, take a couple deep breaths, and we'll hopefully be celebrating by the end of this.
Woo! Sounds good. And he goes and will sit down near where Amar is and rejoin him. Alrighty. Group 1. Let's see how Shadow Group and other group does. Ooh, Shadow Group is doing good, but not surpassing how Polly is right now. The other group is still staying behind. Sarros.
I think Sarros is gonna really enjoy his snack and again jump the gun and just find a random group that isn't Polly because he's gotten yelled at for eating Polly's food before it was ready. And just find another random group to just start eating stuff from.
Do you eat the food from the Shadow Group, or do you eat the food from the other group that's not doing as well as Polly, but is still hanging in the leader group of the top 3?
Honestly, I think it would come down to what looks more appetizing. And I don't think Sarros is focused enough to be like, oh, Shadow Group is winning. Do that. It's just food looks good. Must eat.
Okay. High or low?
High.
It's a Shadow Group. Their food looks really cool. Their presentation is currently on point, and that is, everyone knows the first thing about food is how you see it is the first thing to eating. So, like, their presentation so far is looking amazing.
Awesome. He's gonna go over and they'll be like, ooh, more food to judge, and just start eating.
You see that group looks a little bit more perturbed than the other group was. They seem to have a little bit more of a backbone. They're like, it's not judging time yet. I mean, I know you're apparently helping the judge, but I mean, can't this wait until everything is actually officially done? We still have time.
I have judging privilege. I am judging.
Roll persuasion. Because they're currently trying to keep the plate away from you.
11.
They kind of eye each other, and the one that's like holding the plate when they saw you coming over, like, I think we'll just wait for the official judging, if that's all right. We really would prefer if everything was actually done, all the way first. We're add the last couple finishing spice touches first, please.
I think he's still gonna just try and get whatever he can. Like, I assume they're taken away. He's just gonna try and reach for whatever he can get his hands on.
Okay, yeah. Your roll, yeah, just roll, I guess, sleight of hand.
12.
No, they're pretty quick. Yeah, they're pretty quick. They pull it away from you. It's like,
You could use a chat
no.
inspiration.
You could use a chat inspiration if you'd like.
We have like 4 of those.
Alright, we'll give it a shot. That's worse, so.
We
Guys
tried.
Sarros is gonna end his turn just pouting over by their station.
The other group, seeing you pout, is like, do you want some of our snacks? We cut up some veggies to use as snacks while we were eating, because it's always good to snack while you make food.
I think yeah, he's just gonna clap in front over them, just completely ignoring the shadow group now.
They hand Sarros some veggie sticks, just some carrots and stuff. They're just like, that group's kind of scary, but they're a little intense. I guess that works well with the chef. Here you go. They'll give you some snacks. If that is it for Sarros, that would be Hood.
Am I still hallucinating frogs?
I think it said for a minute.
It did.
Is there any?
Yeah.
Is there a save against it, or am I just rolling another d12?
It's wild magic, so no.
All right, cool. Let me roll a d12. See how many I add to my horde. 7. I'm up to 10 frogs that I have definitely caught.
Yep.
10 perfectly real frogs. Also, I do love the power move of someone going up to someone and saying, actually, it's my privilege, and trying to do something insane. Just want to put that out there. I'm done.
I'll just say out loud what I was typing. Would doing it the way that we were supposed to, because I also forgot it was a D4. Would adding the chat inspiration as a D4 have made Sarros' roll above an 18?
No, it would have been a 15.
Okay. Yeah, no, then still no. That was a DC I was aiming for, to convince them, because they were pretty focused. Cool. Yep. So Hood has, you said 10 frogs now?
I have gained a total of 10 definitely real frogs that I love and will keep with me forever.
Is Hood doing anything to assist catching the frogs that might also help the group?
That is an interesting question I had not contemplated.
You're welcome.
Let's see. What is something I could do that could potentially aid me in the catching of frogs raining from the heavens that may or may not potentially coincide with aiding Polly in a cooking competition?
I just assume you're like catching them and shoving them in your robot suit, so
I mean, so did I, but now this has been presented to me, and that's a whole new world of possibilities.
well, you might be having a little difficulty getting them in there.
Do you have like a net
Tripping.
launcher? Do you have like a net launcher for a hand? You can just go like.
No, that would be convenient and helpful. I have a gun that shoots poison and normal bullets. If you would allow me, I imagine I would try and like, the only thing I could think of that could make any reasonable amount of sense is I try and like snipe one that is farther away out of the air, and it just happens to aim at one of the people. And I will admit, even by my logic, that's a bit of a stretch. I leave that to you, whether that's even like
You
Are
hit,
you trying to
considerable.
you hit a bird.
Are you trying to kill the frog and catch it?
I never said
mean-
I was trying to catch him alive. Like, I'm just trying to catch him. I don't know what Hood's doing. He's not in his own right mind right now. Like, who knows?
Sure, if you would like to do that, you can. Try and see if you roll a. Honestly, I feel like you'd have to miss the frog to hit them. I feel like that's how we have to play this.
Okay.
So you actually want to roll low.
Okay, I will also personally impose a rule on myself, which is I will roll a d4 to see which poison I use, because I have
Sure.
4 different kinds of poisons. So we'll see what I load in and whether or not I hit a frog or, I don't know, maybe the shadow people's food. We'll see.
Sure.
I thought I was just catching frogs this round, so this is everyone's guess. Oh, cool. That is ingestible poison. By some divine miracle, I got the one I would have picked anyway.
Convenient. Now roll under a 10.
Cool. I can do that. Actually, you know what? No, this one rolled bad earlier for me, so we'll try this one.
Rolling the prison dice.
I haven't rolled that much yet, so I don't really have prison dice. I just have to go off of what I had. So hypothetically, if I rolled like, I don't know, 21, who would I hit by mistake?
1 second. Where's this die? Let's see.
Or is that actually I rolled so bad that it's good type deal?
You hit the chef.
Oh.
So now if anyone ingests the chef,
I guess I should be careful later.
because unless you rule I hit him, like I get it in his mouth, it wouldn't really do anything other than just like do like my regular attack damage.
Not that good a roll. If it was like 10 plus above his AC, maybe I would consider it, but no, not that good a roll.
Okay, so yes, he is now poisonous and cannot be eaten, is what has happened. You want me to roll damage for him? I can, if you want me to.
Sure. I don't think it'll do anything. Looking at this hit point chart, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not made for damage. If this does anything, I'll be shocked. 8.
Great. Yeah. He mostly feels like someone threw something at him. He's like, "Hey, be in the spirit of the competition. No throwing things at the chef. It's rude."
I'll get these frogs, so help me! I'll bet I can milk them good.
When the chef says that, the Sarros is in the background going, "Yeah."
Also, apparently, I have been wild magicked. I can't help
Great.
but notice from the chat.
Great. Roll me a D100.
Cool. I would love nothing more. What else is happening to me besides raining frogs? 93.
Ooh.
Let's find out. Why is there so many of this one word? 93.
93.
Okay. Kind of cool, I guess, but not necessarily useful here. Let's see.
Yeah,
Funny.
Lord knows I've been very helpful for most of this.
This one's funny. This one's great. For the next 8 hours, any food you touch gains psychedelic properties.
Oh my god.
I am going to be seeing so many frogs. Also, it just occurred to me that I do need to clarify. Am I in my
Wait, I know. I looked at the wrong.
catching hallucinating state?
Hold on, I was looking
I
at
mean,
the wrong
that
chart.
one's
Like,
fine.
no, I like this one more. I think this one's funny. Or, you cast Zone of Truth within a 60-foot radius.
That is also real solid. So anyway, the question I was asking, am I still concentrating on Bless, or did the hallucination drop that immediately?
I've been checking. You're fine.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So there is Zone of Truth within a 60-foot radius, so everything is good there. Unless you guys would like to take advantage of that. Is that it for you, Hood?
Yes.
Okay. Spirit / Rose.
Okay, so here we go. Rose is going to go up to
whichever group is like closest in competition with Polly,
Mhm.
put like a finger in their dish, take a taste, and go, "Oh, bless your heart." And I just want to do like a deception check to like make them feel like their dish just like isn't good for some reason.
Now I
And
need
then
to
Southern hostility.
clarify. Do you mean physically closest to Polly, or do you mean like closest in ranking to Polly?
Closest in ranking.
That is a shadow group, and they're already being very protective of their food because Sarros came over and tried to mess with their food.
Can I make
So-
a stealth check as a bonus action?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Would you also have to roll for the zone of truth?
What
I
kind of
think
saving throw is that?
So, isn't
I
it?
think it's a wisdom save.
I think that sounds right.
Okay.
Hold on.
For me, it would be a DC 15.
Okay.
Assuming it uses my spell save, I
It
assume.
should, yeah. Hold on.
My
Truth.
stealth check was a 26.
Charisma saving throw.
Yeah,
Oh,
charisma
good.
save.
Oh, charisma. Oof.
Mm,
Fantastic.
It says a 15.
I have a +8 to this. And that is a 7, so that is 15.
Wow, the chef fully passed that. Any affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers. Okay, so everyone does know that Zone of Truth has been cast in the area, according to the way that Zone of Truth is worded.
Do they know it was cast by the weird snake dude that's like running around chasing nothing?
That it does not say. It just says that they know that they are. It says they are aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answer as long as it maintains within the boundaries of the truth. And then obviously the DC 15. If they fail, and you
God, I
know
feel
who
like-
passes and who fails. You know the chef passes. The chef passes so well he technically might wild magic surge.
I love the potential discourse this causes. People are just like suddenly suspicious of who cast this.
Yeah. Reloy also passes.
Nice.
Does anyone fail outright is in the group? Because this would affect everyone in the group.
I guess I should roll too while I'm at it.
Yeah.
I got a 15 on the dot, so
I have 19 on the
Ooh,
die.
wait,
so
he
I'm-
has it.
I should be okay.
Sorry,
These
what are we
so
rolling
hard
for? I
fails.
think I missed something.
I
There was a
rolled
wild
nat
magic
20 on
zone.
my own save.
Okay, yep. Roll me another wild magic.
Yeah,
roll, please.
yeah. Let's see what else we add to this chaos stew.
okay.
And for J-Ro, there was a wild magic zone of truth cast, so you have to make a charisma saving throw DC 15.
Oh, okay.
76.
And
16.
Oh, right, with advantage. Sorry, I forgot.
You're good.
And +2 is 18.
okay, so you pass.
Sorry,
94.
So if you pass,
76 and 94.
76 and 94. So if you pass, you can still tell a lie if you would like to, but Hood will know who passes and fails just by the wording of the spell. 76 and 94.
94 would be the same as 93, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Do I cast it again?
Again.
Chaining Zone of Truth.
Oh my god.
I don't think that would make a difference. Aside from
No, they
possibly
just have to
people who
repeat the
passed.
save. And we're just caught in an endless loop as I constantly succeed on my own save.
I also feel like the title of this episode should just be Chaos Stew.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
good.
That's a good name. I like that.
Or fermented
Yeah.
chaos.
Fermented.
I like
This is
that we
fermented
got.
fish.
I like that we came to Chaos Stew relatively quickly and didn't have to stew on it.
Cucumbersome.
Nice.
Cucumbersome is very good.
Okay, we'll go with this one just because this one's interesting. For the next 8 hours, you know the mending cantrip, and when you cast it, it leaves harmless veins of pyrite in the fixed cracks of its target.
Ooh.
Oh, neat. So nothing happens because I already know mending.
I mean, you leave
now I have
pirates
Although,
some fun
yeah, about to say, I guess I
flavor.
have a cool new after effect for it. Neat.
So
I feel like I learned something again.
The only
Back to
person
the
that you
frogs.
Oh, sorry. The only person you know of your group that fails as far as the NPCs is V. V actually fails hardcore.
Okay. I don't know if I would be pulled away from my frogs to do anything about that, but I guess I know that fact.
So I got, God, what was it? It was a 26 on my stealth as my bonus action to go up and just do that. And then I want to make a deception check, and I want to use one of my new spells, Borrowed Knowledge.
Okay.
You draw on knowledge from spirits of the past. Choose one skill in which you lack proficiency. For the spell's duration, you have proficiency in the chosen skill. Spell ends early if you cast it again. I'm gonna choose deception because I think this would be a deception check here.
What is that spell from? That is very cool.
It's from Strixhaven, apparently.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I saw it in my list when I was preparing spells for today, and I was like, oh, this has to be on my rotation. So I am now proficient in deception, which gives me a +8 to this roll. That's a natural 20.
Hey, chat, you got your wish.
That, don't worry, I got you.
We got you, Scruffy Wanderer. Don't you worry.
Keep that in mind for the next Son of Blood session, please. Okay. 11 and 37.
Mm. 37 was the second one?
Yes.
Ah, that's kind of interesting.
Uh-oh.
And it has some interesting... Actually, I really like that because it actually could tie back in with the main campaign pretty funnily. I think we're going to go with that one just because I like the chaos that potentially causes for you guys. The deed to a random property appears in your pocket.
Oh,
You own the Bard Rock Cafe.
No, that wasn't my thing, but...
Coward.
No. I think Marty understands.
He definitely
Randomly
owns a Faye
appears. That sounds very pirate-like.
He owns
Yeah.
he owns a Faye Donald's franchise.
It's buried
No,
on
that's
Dumbledore's
ours. Don't
house.
take that.
Oh, dang it, Paul, you beat me to it. It's buried
Yeah.
on Doubletail's house.
That's the guy I was thinking was Baragon's house. Just because you guys keep joking about that, that'd be really funny if that's how it worked out. Yeah, a deed to a piece of distant property appears folded in your pocket. It does not disappear. It just says it appears folded in your pocket, so you now have the deed to a distant property.
Cool.
Dr. Fay Chicken?
And
I think
then,
we also have a
Queen
wild
for
magic source that
Rogue.
has not
Who
been
are we
claimed
wild
yet.
magicking?
Oh, someone did finally get us. Okay, yeah, Queenie, who are we wild magicking?
Whose turn were we on? I don't even remember.
it was my turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it is still Spirit's turn. We just haven't gotten far enough for that to be.
Unfortunately.
We're in bullet time.
You were good.
Why? What did I do? I've done
gotta
nothing wrong.
No, here's the problem. You got to catch up to the rest of us.
Right.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh my.
Okay.
Fine. God.
Would you like to roll that deception while we were dealing with another wild magic, just to try to?
I did roll the deception. It was
Oh,
that
I
natural
rolled
20.
the wrong thing. Whoops.
Oh, it was a natural 20. Okay, yeah. What were you deceptioning about?
I just went up to the shadow table, took some of their, took just a taste of their food sneakily, and just went, "Oh, bless your heart."
Okay. And then Hood, let me know what that wild magic roll is. This one's not with advantage. It's just a.
45. Just keep adding to the list. What else could happen?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's not do that one. Let's see what
No,
else we get.
don't say that.
You turn
What else
into a frog.
No. Yes.
While catching frogs.
I'm one with my people.
Wait, does that mean you try to catch yourself?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I
Okay,
get stuck in a philosophical loop.
do you want helpful and then unhelpful, or do you want potentially interesting for the story?
if I pick helpful, does that in any way supersede my desire to catch the frogs?
No, I don't think so.
Then we're
Priority.
gonna go with the one that matters. I'm gonna impact the narrative or whatever.
Okay. It's mostly interesting for you potentially, in case you would like to drop any lore, or if there is any lore you would like to come up with. You cast sending on a creature who is your superior in your faith. Who is your superior in science?
Who's my superior in Scientology?
No, not Scientology.
No.
No.
Of
course not, absolutely not.
Salamander Einstein.
No. Bearing in mind everything that is going on, I suppose I will send a message to the person who... They're not like my direct superior, but they are the person who helped build my suit. And I will send a message to them. I have 25 words, yes?
Yes, correct. 25 or less.
Okay, cool. So let me think about this. The message I send is...
Think about this.
When I come back home, I'm going to have so many frogs. We're gonna milk so much poison. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
P.S. I love you.
Yes, one word.
Love Hood. I mean from. I mean... That's all.
I mean, Trump. Oh shit.
You receive back a message kind of a moment later that's just the ... symbol, but in verbalized formation.
It loops several times.
Yeah. Like it's thinking, like in a cartoon character or like video game character where you just see the thought bubble above their head. It's like ... 25
times.
I
know they're called ellipses. I know. Thank you.
I desperately try and send a reply, but can't because I don't understand how I did it the first time and didn't realize it was outside of my control.
You just start talking to the frogs.
I start
Right.
screaming at the sky like, I didn't mean it like that!
Right. Wonderful.
It's gonna be real fun when you guys get to break me out of an insane asylum.
You assume
Okay,
we're breaking
so
you out.
you have
Oh,
tried to put down and have successfully put down this group, the Shadow Foods group. Can you roll me a con save super quick as you eat that food? Yeah.
Absolutely. +3.
Apparently I never needed to poison it. Good to know.
Listen, if I use a chat inspiration right now, would an 11 pass? If I get a 4. Oh wait, is this a poison effect? Or disease?
Ooh. Is it a disease? Yes. Yeah.
I am
so-
immune to disease.
Okay. You feel like this food should
I also don't eat. I
do
guess.
some funky. I mean, yeah. You feel like wherever this food goes in your body should be doing something, and whatever it would have done does not affect you.
Disease detected.
I think Spirit takes back over and goes, disease detected. Thank you.
Wait, does that mean Spirit gets like flung back out towards like the barrier, or is it just like he's trapped?
Oh, that's
Or
interesting.
they're trapped. They're trapped. I'm sorry.
I need to know if Polly heard that.
One, it says you can't leave the barrier, so no, Spirit would not be flung out. Spirit just can't leave if Spirit comes back to the forefront. 2, roll me perception, see if you catch that. Because I feel like you'd be involved in your own cooking, you might not be able to hear it. Like you might not have been necessarily.
I'm guessing with 8, that's not happening.
No.
Okay.
There's kind of a lot going on. Yeah. Cool. So we know that's happening. Spirit, are you doing anything else? Rose?
No, I've done my turn has been like 15 minutes. I think
Okay.
let's move on.
Polly, you're up. What are your final touches on this presentation?
Okay. I obviously have a question because, of course, I'm gonna have a question.
Yeah.
If I destroy water, no, oh, sorry. Okay, before I go there, we know that Amar was able to cast a cleric spell, but he did it sort of through a different means.
Mhm.
I'm assuming I still do not feel a connection to my god.
Correct.
Okay. So that eliminates that as a possibility. I want to... How do good berries taste?
How do your good berries taste, Polly? That is your choice.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like that answer.
I don't like that you said that answer.
I don't like the
I mean-
question.
Just tell her the taste of your berries. Do it.
God damn it!
What's
Giving
the
you an
problem?
What if it tastes like cookies or something?
Tomatoes are a berry.
They taste like sensu beans, and now we're stuck in another loop.
Okay, I'm going to roll. I'm gonna roll a d10, and if I get an 8 or higher, I'm gonna say that it's gonna complement. It's gonna complement the dish.
Okay.
No, it does
Rolling
not.
on it.
So I
He's
am
rolling
not
through,
going.
mommy.
So I'm not. Yeah, right.
Roll
So I'm.
through.
I'm not gonna do that then. I'm going to.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck! What do I want to do?
How do we get into like more shenanigans somehow when Paul's not here? The shenanigans guy.
Speaking of shenanigans, can I ask a question above table for Polly's sake?
Of course.
I believe you alluded to earlier that very intense Summer Eladrin. You described him as like a patron of sorts.
Correct.
Could Polly potentially use them to channel cleric magic
Potentially.
as a chef?
Potentially.
Ooh.
Sorry, did I complicate things too much?
No. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I want to do this. Because okay, like the metagaming answer is I heard you say disease, so I purify food and drink of the other table. But I didn't hear that, so I can't do that.
I don't understand.
But what I could do, it's how long does that take to cast though? How long does it take to cast Purify Food and Drink? It's a ritual spell.
10 minutes?
Is it 10 minutes?
To ritual cast,
Ritual?
yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna have
Yeah,
time
if
for
you
it.
ritual cast it.
Okay. So in that.
If you don't ritual cast it, it's an action.
Okay. I'm wondering if I take the bacon that I told Reloy I wasn't going to use, and I purify it.
I've heard
Okay,
cured
now-
meat, but
now-
this is ridiculous.
Now I need you to, as Polly, would Polly actually take back the multicolored bacon that she did not want to use and purify it?
What is the crowd situation look like? Because right now it's down to 2 tables. Does it look more or less like folks are sort of gathered around both the tables more or less evenly, or is it seem like more folks are flocked around the other table?
Yeah, everyone's giving like the chefs a pretty decent like space aside from the judging chef. Because Sarros has stepped in as a judging chef. So overall, we've got a decent crowd just kind of in a circle around. It seems like everyone's kind of either that wasn't on their lunch break earlier has now joined in because of the size of people joining in, or they were kind of passing through and were like, oh, what's going on here? So it seems like it's a decent number of people that are in the shopping district today.
Okay. I feel like at this point, Polly has plated the dish, and now she's worried about whether or not the presentation is going to be sufficient. So I kind of like the idea of the bacon, but I also kind of like the idea of not doing that and doing something else instead. And I have pretty much access to whatever the hell I want food-wise. So let us go ahead and we will just finish off. We'll just finish off the plate with, sprinkle of cheese, right? Sprinkle of cheese, and then I want to use produce flame to just very lightly singe the top of the plate to give it that sort of like slight charred look.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna throw my green splash on it, even though it's fucking cucumber noodles, so it's not like there's not plenty of green already. Throw my little green splash on top, and then I'm gonna start wiping my talons off and saying let's do this.
Okay.
Well, you did do tomato sauce earlier, so I feel like they'd be more red, so the green would still complement.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a green, red, green sort of thing. Yeah.
Polly, roll performance for me with advantage.
Roll with me.
Roll with
Roll
me.
with
Roll with me.
If you want to come and take a ride with me.
Performance, we are gonna plus
Hey, must be
3,
D20.
20.
Sorry. Continue.
21.
21. Okay. Cool. Does Polly take any actions aside from the plating, or is that Polly's turn?
I mean, I used produce flame, but
Right.
that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So you are fully successful. It looks awesome. However,
Oh
you
no!
kind of
Can I for flavor's sake, can I like thaumaturgy so that when the plate hits the counter, it just like echoes.
Ooh, love it.
Like
Yes.
I'm done. Just like.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
The heaviest kimchi.
Kimchi complete.
Thank you, Spirit.
If we can clip that, please, thank you.
Can we put that on the Discord as
Oh,
for the soundboard?
yes, please. I request that. I would like to spam that during our home game.
Oh no!
Just constantly in Discord when we're trying to learn other games. Just kimchi complete. Kimchi complete.
Kimchi complete. I'll record that later. Don't worry. It'll
Yeah,
sound good.
we need it clean.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so boom, hits the table, echoes out, everyone kind of turns like, oh, and sees the food.
Oh!
Appropriate reaction. Appropriate
Howdy.
insert anime reactions here. And the judge turns and he's just like, because at the end of the round is everyone else kind of going after Polly. No one else quite lives up to that presentation, so the attention is absolutely caught on Polly first, and he's just like, an impressive food! This one will be the one we judge first. Come, friend! And he like briskly grabs Sarros by the shoulder and pulls Sarros in.
Oh no.
Let's test this food together! Help me judge it!
Yay.
And you both will eat the food. He is very impressed.
Oh,
He's
my
very
food.
impressed with the food. Sarros, what
impressed
comments
with
do you
food.
have about the food for Polly?
I like the colors. Colors taste good.
The colors taste good.
I love the flavor of green.
Agreed. Colors taste everything. I'm glad that you understand. You have the wonderful culinary mind of a genius.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Wise words.
Oh,
Yes.
new pose.
And as you guys are eating the food, he kind of like looks over at the shadow group and he pulls you over, Sarros, and you guys will go over and taste that food too. Their plating's not as cool, not as good. Sarros, I need you to roll a con save. If
Okay.
Would I
you
have a chance to warn anybody about this?
if you would like to.
Yeah, I would pull the judge aside, especially like when they're over tasting Holly's food, and go, I do not wish to cause alarm, but I have detected severe contamination in that dish over there.
Of what kind?
I'm trying to think of a smart way to say the disease kind.
Pathogens.
Foodborne pathogens detected.
Nonsense. All of the food that we have that we've placed out is been tested for being off. There's no way the food here would be bad.
I believe the team in question has tampered with the food in some manner.
Roll persuasion.
Also, Zone of Truth is still active.
That's true.
I-
That is true.
I
But
did pass that save, but I guess nobody else would know that.
correct.
No,
Well,
but
they
if
did
they were asked,
Did
they would
the
have to pass.
Shadow Team roll?
Yeah.
They did.
I'm gonna use
Oh, okay. Dang. Well,
I'm gonna use a chat inspiration on this, so I'll add a D4 because we have a few of those pooled. Right? Am I crazy?
No, you
no,
do.
we still have plenty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
think
there's
you
like
have-
a bajillion.
3 total right now, maybe?
I thought we had like 5 at one point, and we've used 1, unless I
I think you've
miscounted.
used 2.
Okay, then yeah, 3.
We used more this week than we did like.
We're
all
back
of
up
the
to
other
4.
weeks
Good
combined.
news.
Thanks, Paul. I'll replace the one I used also.
So
Okay,
did Paul. Or no, you did that. Sorry, I misread.
That is a 16 plus 5, 21 plus another 4 for 25.
Okay. You see that he sort of believes you. He kind of looks over at the other group and will, as they walk over, and sort of ask like, "Hey, did you guys do anything weird to the food that would make it unsafe to eat and make us sick? Because that's like totally not cool." And the other group sort of like looks over at each other and say, "We have made this food the way that we always make this food."
How do you always make it?
Chefs don't give out secrets for how they make their food. Everyone has their own recipes.
Meanwhile, Polly's like sitting there explaining in very, very like extensive detail how she made the dish.
Evasive answering detected.
Hood, who is like still chasing frogs, wanders close enough to hear that. It's like, it's called a cookbook.
Yeah, and not everyone puts all the same food in cookbooks. Have you ever seen some of the cookbooks that you can get? There's always ingredients missing because nothing ever tastes the way that you think it should.
I don't cook, but I am an expert in poisons. I can tell what's up. I mean, if you guys need someone. Otherwise, I'll just keep catching frogs.
Yeah, sure, you come here. Tell us if there's anything weird here.
Okay. Do you need me to roll like medicine or?
Yeah.
All right. That is a. I'm gonna add a chat inspiration. Just to be safe. It's an 18.
Okay. Yes, the food does have a sort of like poison/disease component to it. However, what they are also saying is not incorrect. The food is sort of appearing like how it should be made. It doesn't feel like any of the food is off. It doesn't feel like they've done anything intentionally malicious to it. This seems like it's the way they have made it because that's where the food is localized from, that it should do this. It's like it adds to the flavor.
Can I tell by like my analysis if it is harmful to people outside of their species?
Yes, temporarily.
I turned to the judge, Sarros, and I'm like, did y'all have plans later today?
What a weird question. I mean, I have to do all of my cooking. I do run a kitchen.
Then you absolutely cannot eat this food because otherwise you're going to have a long, intimate relationship with the toilet. This food won't kill you, and it is part of the dish as intended. They're not lying. But it's kind of also like not... Your digestion may not be able to handle the flavors and...
Results may vary.
That, yes, what the brilliant chef over there said.
Results may vary. That sounds like a challenge.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna go back to catching frogs and go back to catching frogs.
He will still eat the food. He feels like he has obligation to. He's fine, actually. He's just like, nonsense. This food is amazing. I see what they say. It does feel like there's an additional component here that on certain days, might leave someone a little bit untoward. But
I feel the potential for diarrhea.
I feel the potential for a partially upset stomach. But good food. However, and he turns back at Polly, this food was amazing. And the presentation, spot on. Colors, perfect, beautiful, love it. Great job. You should be proud of your culinary skills.
Aw, me.
Would you like to join my troupe of chefs? We need someone new. I that was obviously the point of the whole competition, was that I need to find a replacement. Because people I had before were terrible. They couldn't even cut any kind of vegetables.
I mean, we could probably have this conversation not here in front of everyone, but like, what are the I need obligations.
Nonsense.
Terms, that kind of thing. I think I say yes.
Cool.
Yes, I say yes.
Cool. So, Polly, as you say yes, this does not necessarily feel, and everyone notices this. We'll sort of end this where we are for the current stream. All of you catch from the corner of your eye, not here in the competition, that this sort of shockwave of magical energy begins to sort of spread out from the area of the town. And those of you who have previously sort of had connections with gods, you feel this faint connection, but it feels like these other connections that you all have started forming that have allowed your divine magic grows even stronger as this magical wave sort of comes and washes over all of you. Polly, same for you. You do feel a connection, but you feel more drawn towards your skills as a chef, your skills for cooking. Same thing for Hood. You feel even more closely connected with your medicinal properties and your magic that way. Amar, you feel more closely connected with your group, with your troop. You feel as though you do have that magical connection to your goddess, but there's more than that. The divine magic has returned for all of you in some way. It was kind of slow at first, but it's more there now, as though this wave of magic is sort of emanating from somewhere that sort of fixes things. And you sort of hear people in the crowd that are murmuring and seeing that it's not just you all that are affected. Everyone else that may have previously had connections to divine magics, that was not many of them, obviously, within the crowds. There's not that many in the mercantile group that would have this, but a couple of people suddenly shout out in exclamation that had lost connection to their magic. And it seems like it may have come back, at least in some way. And I think that's where we'll go ahead and wrap up this session.
At last, I can hear the voice of Xenu once more.
all the paladins start smiting everyone. Look, my smite works again.
You've made something worse than what I said. Impossible.
if everyone wants to go ahead and go round robin, introduce yourself, who you were playing, where people can find you, any fun stuff you've got going on outside of the stream. We'll go ahead and I'll read from the group. Spirit, start with you.
Hey, so I'm Marty. I've been Spirit this evening. You can find me many places. Here as Spirit, Bard Rock Cafe proper as Baragon Doubletail, Random Rhapsody Sonnet of Blood as Urzak Grigori, Wayfaring Strangers as multiple characters, more coming soon. And keep an eye out later this summer for my new show, College of Whispers, the actual play book club.
Awesome. Amar.
Coach Shiro, Young Summon School. I've been Amar. And I mostly do Magic the Gathering related things. I am working on doing some D&D, at least over the summer, as a test for my Games Club.
Fantastic. Sarros?
I'm Allison. I have been Sarros. You can basically find me here, playing when we do. I'm basic. That's me.
Polly?
I am Ursa Bearwalker. I played Polly. And you can find me everywhere at Ursa Bearwalker. I do what I do when I do what I do. And that's about it.
And Jordan/Hoshi.
Hey, Jordan/Hoshi. I played Hood, and you can find me on most things as Pokechap. You can also find me on the podcast Agents of Damned. We're currently wrapping up our first campaign. We're very excited about that, and also launching into campaign 2 soon. So, yeah, check that out. If you liked what I did, and I don't know, maybe one other person on here, definitely check that out.
God, it's crazy. Listen to that friggin' podcast.
It's very good, I've heard.
Potentially. Hey guys, I'm Xtina. I've been your GM for the evening. Usually you can find me across the internet at Greekachu. When I am not being the GM for the Spelljammer stream here, I am actually playing a character over on the Agents of Damn podcast, as previously mentioned. Campaign 1, I played Wintera Dark Knight. Campaign 2, to be determined, not the actual character's name. And
Please make that the actual character's name.
I love that is an ongoing joke now.
we'll see what's going on. But yeah, as we said at the start of the stream, we want to go ahead and thank Bard Rock Cafe sponsors, Many Worlds Tavern, 10% off of tea and coffee, wonderful items with the code Bard Rock Cafe, as well as Dragon Master Games and Fenroll Dice. Go ahead and get some fun dice over there with the same code. And if you were interested in the Wild Magic chart that you got to see quite a bit of this afternoon, evening, whatever your time zone is, it was found on the DM's Guild, made by Dave Panfio, and it has Wild Magic charts for every class. It's pretty awesome. As always, Twitch subs get to use really fun emotes and get access to a lot of fun stuff. You'll have seen the Wild Magic surges and getting to name an NPC. I have to find out where I'm going to fit in Pickle Rick somewhere. So that's my wonderful player who was acting as a chat person today. So we'll see where Pickle Rick comes up later. But at least we have that character now, so we'll see. But yeah, also, if you guys were interested in figuring out what that Wild Magic wave was, maybe listen to the main Bard Rock Cafe podcast. Might come up. Who knows? Maybe. Possibly. Anyway, bye guys. We will be raiding Neon Lights. They're doing Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, the Rime of Frost Maiden campaign. Check it out. Hang out with us. We're going to be heading over there next. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.